We definitely seen Pot a lot, and seeing that sponsor coming up, of course, UNF. If you don't know that college, there are a lot of strong players from the University of North Florida coming out for Guilty Gear Strive. I've been to their local scene before. They are some strong players, and Red Dawn is no different.
Okay, gets the hard knockdown. Oh, not sure what they were going for there, but still going to be winning in that damage battle until Red Dawn gets this big opening. Gonna burst out of that combo though.
Oh, uses the butt slam in order to open up Red Dawn, trying to find something else, but watches out for the Scarecrow, able to counter it, but can't get much off of that.
Oh no, anti-air. Big damage coming out. One nothing your dream here for Red Dawn. One more interaction and they could be dead. 5D was doing that raw, but had that 50 meter to keep it safe if it didn't work out. As Gift though, taking that first round. Oh, getting through the armor and escaping Red Dawn with a good round start, but not really able to get anything done.
Ooh, and just getting flicked out of the air too, putting Red Dawn into the corner. Gift gonna be able to get in, and there we go. Pop off the pot buster into the PRC, flicking into the corner, and this could very well, yeah, that's gonna be a wall break. Heat knuckle, that's it. That's all you need.
That was very optimal. Good stuff to ask Gifto in that situation. And good conditioning, because like you saw Red Dawn do a lot of jumping within that first round, so they finally got them to sit still there and be like, all right, time for Pot Buster, and then Pot Buster RC just doing so much damage after that. So good stuff to them, able to take that first game.
It definitely felt like Skiff was again trying to condition Red Dawn in order to get that pot bust PRC out. Definitely trying to put them into the corner. You saw a lot of times that they were just doing block strings against Red Dawn, but already able to secure a hard knockdown into a pot buster off of game start.
Yeah, it's already looking super good for them. And Red Dawn's trying to play really, really slow here. And unfortunately just getting caught. It's one of those things where it might be better to take the risk there, because you're definitely getting run over from that lack of aggression. Pot likes it when you sit there, because Pot Buster is just such a good option for them. Okay, good jump over, but no full combo. A little afraid to go for the JD in that situation, and they're going to get knocked down.
Keeps getting guard crush as Skiff is just putting them to the corner again. Going to be able to pull off another bot buster into the PRC. Not going to connect with a heat knuckle, but still able to get another one as Red Dawn just keeps blocking and blocking. You can't keep blocking against Skiff. We just said this.
Yeah, just not making a decision in the corner there of like, you kind of have to mash or you have to jump in the situation. Staying still is really not an option. Even against like even if you get caught, it's better than just sitting there and getting pot bustered over and over again. So last chance here for Red Dawn. Needs to pull out this win in this game, or else they're going to be down one in their first match of the day.
Absolutely, especially because already trying to do a little bit of a sweep, able to get out of the way of that grab, and there we go, just saying what's that over there, but getting grabbed into the corner, and there's another pot buster coming out.
Yeah, and now you're stuck in the corner. No health lead, nice PRC 6P. Good reaction from Esgipto. You know, they kind of expected it after a while, and they had the meter to punish that. Okay, good blocks. Just BRC at the beginning of the round. Good call out on the item throw. 5 DRC. Just into more pressure. Very low health for Red Dawn. And yeah, looking like it's going to be a chip situation, and it will be. Esgipto, one round away from that 3-0.
They just need one more round win in order to take the set, and already going to be able to get a successful hammer fall on Red Dawn. Cannot connect the grab, just going to have to slide fall and run it again.
Okay, nice. They get the Oki in the corner, and yet again, Pot Buster just coming out. 50 meter here as well, so they are going to be able to end it with just that wall break. Esgipto with the clean 3-0 in our first match.
Whew. It really felt like Esgipto had just such a grab on Red Dawn. I mean, quite literally, because the amount of time adjacent player for North Carolina. They're up over in Virginia. If we got a big event, MacMens will always come down. And they were second in the last big event we had over here. Lost to Shario, but still such a strong Anji that, yeah, they're an online demon.
Okay. Just chasing 5D RC in the corner. Should be able to get this kill. Oh, not enough meter. So very low health on Joe Brownie. Not a big chance. Jacko's not the kind of character where if you have low health, that it's going to be easy to make that comeback. So MacMens solidifying at first round.
Yeah, Jacko, a little bit more of a rough character to play. Really has to focus on that set play and, of course, getting her minions out to make her a better character. And alright, you know, you're getting your way in, but having a hard time trying to find your way against the defense. The minions to help you out a little bit, but we're not finding your jump-ins overhead maybe while they're crouch blocking. Hey, gets a grab, though.
Yeah, and a little bit too high for this super, I think.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but you know, we see MacMens getting out of there, but still strong lead here for Joe Brownie, but oh, it might evaporate. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, you really gotta be careful against MacMens because they're able to pull OD off, secure that hard knockdown. You already just instant air dashing their way in, gonna be able to get the counter and the bag to burst. Ooh.
Yeah. You have to be careful about pressing anything after that 2P, like, especially when they're still within range. But just getting full frame trapped into that 6H, a big explosion, like MacMens getting that comeback in round 2 and putting a game on the board.
Already putting a game on the board. Joe Brownie got really close in that second game, especially as they were able to keep up momentum and keep MacMens in a tough situation in the corner. But it's just a matter of, can we replicate that while also, you know, going the full distance?
Oh, nice block. But MacMens not trying to press anything just yet. Oh, big hit. That 2S gets you that ground bound, so it's gonna be first out. But good catch from Joe Brownie yet again with defense.
There we go, able to get our OD off after catching our opponent with some of our minions. Going to be getting a little bit more damage. Gotta remember that damage scaling, but hey, we're just trying to make our way back into against this defense.
Oh, good runaway here for Joe Brownie. And able to catch him with the counter hit 2D. This is gonna kill? It's not going to, but went up in a dream here for MacMens. And Joe Brownie doing a good job of keeping them out. Good block on the YRC to get the round 2.
Okay, really good coming out from Joe Brownie, but already MacMens, you know, trying to make their way in with the Fujin, trying to throw their fans, but not able to catch Joe Brownie. Joe Brownie, though, able to catch them and put them into the corner.
Oh, no minions right now. It's going to catch them lacking. MacMens, PRC 2K2D. Oh, look at this combo! And then into the meaty. We can't go anywhere. Good 5K, though. Okay, back to setting up minions again.
There we go, got one in for the pincer, not able to break this Dauntless defense though, has to use the Wild Assault, gets the Guard Crush, not able to capitalize off of it though. There we go, the tap does into the RRC, into another one, gonna be able to take some damage, and that's 1-1.
Yeah, Joe Brownie, strong fight back here in game 2.
Already doing a really good job of making their way back against MacMens, of course, putting them into the corner constantly and just having to find that one opening they need in order to secure the game. That's really what they've been looking for.
Yeah. Jacko is always looking for those strong game starts to set up those minions, get into a strong position, even especially early on. And you're gonna see it right here, fuzzy overhead, not blocked by MacMens. That's a good trade for MacMens, because no minions on the screen, forcing out the burst from Joe Brownie. Joe Brownie setting them up, making them block in that situation. YRC.
Okay, trying to make their way in. RRC again. Can we find our minions out? Able to get them, put them back. I'm opening again though. It's MacMens. Oh, we're carrying all the way to the corner here.
That was a big hit. And they had 50 meters, so not gonna use it on that. They're perfectly okay with just going back to neutral in the situation. PRC to reset the situation. Joe Brownie forced to run away in that situation, and they're gonna win out with the minions. Just 50-meter on deck here. It's a very dangerous situation. So gonna use it on that RC to keep himself safe. And they're gonna run away. Nice frame trap.
Sending in another minion again too. You got the pincer right now, but MacMens is staying alive, trying to find a DP, not going to be able to, not getting whip for it, able to find a 2K in order to take that round.
Immediately no burst online for Joe Brownie, but they are going to be able to set the minions. They have to make this worth it. Having no burst in this situation can be super detrimental, but right now Joe Brownie holding strong control over neutral, tries to bait them to tech. Nice 2P. Nice 2P. Still, Joe Brownie in the corner.
Now has to again find their way out. MacMens able to pull off a burst, able to make it out alive, but already RRC with some minions. Joe Brownie is trying to put them back there, but 2P gonna save the day a little bit, trying to set up the Fujin, but getting caught into the air. And we got more minions online, but trying to counter them. The minions worked out!
Yeah, the minions not getting hit by the spin or the follow-up meant that they could go for the punish from a long range. Joe Brownie, good second round to bring it to that round 3. The winner of this round is going to take up some great momentum, and it's going to take that first lead. So, oh, but the combo, it messes up, but Joe Brownie mashing a wake up. MacMens able to get another counter hit. Early wall break on that combo. So we use that 50-meter to get the hard knockdown.
It's going to be very good for MacMens. Already just running in, set up a combo, secure the perfect. And that's going to be a second point going over to MacMens. Just need one more to take this game. And MacMens is, you know, they're starting to make the comeback right now against Joe Brownie. They're having some dominant matches, but MacMens is still finding their ways to get out of the corner and secure some wins of their own.
Yeah. The attrition over time, like, it feels like they're battling back, but MacMens is winning the attrition overall. Able to get that wall break and then catch that backdash in the end. Oh! Both moves just completely missing their round start, but good round start here for Joe Brownie. Just to be able to get that knockdown. Not setting up minion just yet. Waiting for the strike throw. Good space control from them.
RC again. We still got the corner right now. We need to find a way in order to open up MacMens' defense. We got a minion out, trying to send it in, trying to go for a lot of lows, but we just get grabbed, trying to run in again. Now we're stuck over here, and MacMens is in control, but 2K2D bursting you back into the corner.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say they don't hold the health lead, but they finally get it back, and they force that burst out from Joe Brownie. A lot of pressure here on Joe Brownie to make this worth it, though, and they're able to get the throw in the corner. Big damage. 100 meter in this situation basically guarantees this kill in the corner.
Actually,
yeah.
You know, you want to give it a little bit more flair, you know?
I think they needed that to kill. I don't think that would have killed with the RC. You said it earlier about the scaling, but yeah, sometimes the scaling on that super is just it's not very friendly.
And we saw in one of the combos earlier the super did not really do too much damage, and MacMens this round is really capitalizing on that damage though. 2K2D again, you know, got the butterfly with some Oki, trying to send him the Fujin and PRC, but Joe Brownie's keeping up the defense, but can't for much longer.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, they need to take this round to keep themselves in the match. Good catch with the spin, and you're able to get the hard knockdown in the corner for MacMens. Do a good job of keeping them there. No anti-air. They jump out of the corner. Joe Brownie has got the space to make it work right now. 5G whiffs though.
Okay, trying to make their way in with the Fujin again, trying to go for Rekka afterwards, but the 2K2D coming out with a minion. Joe Brownie is making their way out of the corner and stacking the damage on MacMens right now. Has another minion, gets the tap dust, RRC, but the burst is coming out from MacMens, keeping them alive. Now they're trying to make their way back in.
Oh, good JP air. Oh, but the 6P right back. Joe Brownie with the space to set up right now. Oh, good spin though. They waited. Did they press something? I think they did. Yeah, they did. Not it just yet. And with the throw afterwards, we're going to game 5 between MacMens and Joe Brownie.
Whew, this was so close, and the fact that we were able to get that OD reversal out, coming out from Joe Brownie, we were again talking about the damage scaling of that super, but the fact that that was raw meant it could go at its max capacity and just get a throw after that. You're doing some fine damage. Now MacMens is kind of in this position where they know Joe Brownie can make the comeback against them. It's just a matter of if they can keep up cool and again, just start up immediately in neutral and not allow Joe Brownie to set up.
Good jump back. Get the good start and they get the tech out, so Joe Brownie forced to burst. They want to play it in this round, so not gonna let that combo rock. Big pressure.
Another one going to be deleted. 2K2D trying to get the kick to RRC. Gets the grab and the minion. Okay, we got the corner right now, but oh, the counter coming out from MacMens. Gonna be able to fusion their way out of there.
Oh, did they catch them? They didn't.
Too short.
Yeah, it's too far away, and I think MacMens wasn't pressing anything, but with the rooting there to actually get the kill. MacMens on that set point. And again. But this is where Joe Brownie is coming in clutch right now. Round start looking so good for them, forcing out that burst from MacMens as well. And able to catch them low with that counter hit 2K.
We get another throw, we got a minion behind you yet again, and now we got the corner against MacMens just trying to chip away, but RRC, we got the opening from the dust. We're going to be able to, again, use that OD, and this should be going if they're able to get off of this OD. Yep, going to be get the last game, last round situation already after a perfect. Everything else before has been training. Now here's the real match.
Yeah, this has to be it for either player. Pulling out all the stops. Good run away here from Joe Brownie. Able to catch them within the sea of plus frames right now. MacMens forced to block all this out, but not much damage done to them quite yet. Nice tech. And big counter hit. So here's the Oki. They force out the throw as well. Big combo in the corner here for MacMens, resetting into that pressure. Nice tech. So it's going to be Joe Brownie's turn yet again. Gets the defense on the minion, and the big plus frames in the pressure. 2D counter hit, even with the PRC. It's going to be big damage for Joe Brownie.
Absolutely putting MacMens in the yellow situation. Already trying to air dash in with a minion with two minions in the corner. MacMens has got to find a way out because Joe Brownie's not allowing them. Tap dust, RRC. The burst though coming out. MacMens is alive. PRCing away from that minion. Gets the counter in the face.
Oh my god. I can't believe that worked.
That was so close. Oh, another spin too?
Dash cancel. But the 2D! I don't know if it's gonna do enough damage. It's not going to. Reset into the 2K 2D. Good blocks coming up from Joe Brownie, and they're able to get the 2K 2D into the cake. A super close set, but alright, so we got Deafheaven versus Marvelo. These are two kings of tower, you know. Deafheaven probably what I see is like an infamous tower player. Great Axel. Good call out on the burst. This matchup's pretty bad for Axel, but if you're an experienced player, I mean, on Axel you're used to that being the case for a lot of these. Oh, good job not getting trapped there and just going for the 2D. Able to get the 5D as well. Nice round one from Deafheaven.
Yeah, Deafheaven already starting strong. As a Chipp player myself, I know that this matchup is heavily in Marvelo's favor, but Deafheaven is still able to get a lot of sickle flash, able to try to go for the command grab, and really mixing up against Marvelo. Able to get a whistling wind in there. Gotta watch out for the alpha blade, but able to connect off of it. Oh, yeah. And able to break that defense front. Perfect. Ooh.
I feel like Marvelo was trying to force something there that like you definitely could not against Axel. This matchup is not good for Axel, but he can still, like, he can prevent you from playing sometimes. You do have to block, and you do have to wait against him because he has a lot of strong things that keep you from walking up to him. So, you gotta see if Marvelo adapts a little in this round in game 2. Like, the one thing that really surprised me is just that they immediately tried to use Tightrope. And I feel like Tightrope is not, like, when Axel's not in, like, when Axel's in neutral, I feel like Axel has a lot of tools that can beat Tightrope. So we'll see. And you're seeing a lot more of Marvelo trying to run at him, which is what I expected. Oh, good punish on the 2H. Or maybe it's 2S, I can't remember.
It's There we go, able to get the Rekka off RRC, and that's when we go for the tightrope. Able to get into it again, gets the throw on Deafheaven too. Do the 2D again. Alpha Blade not able to connect, but it's okay. You know, we get the slash, able to get another one, the close one this time. Able to take Deafheaven out. You know, we're coming back alive against them. Already, let's see how Marvelo tries to do this. Already going for the jump in into the 2K, 2D, into air dash, into the S, and already trying to keep your distance. You want to, like, run in against Deafheaven. You do not want them to zone out, because if they do, that's going to make playing as Chipp a lot harder. But hey, getting that slash again, but getting thrown this time.
Yeah, calling out that dash right on top of them. Oh, it's just so hard to anti-air with Axel that you have to commit so hard to doing it. And well, Marvelo's gonna punish it yet again. Going for the cross up, good blocks from Mr. Deafheaven. Plus frames into plus frames though. He did even more into the overhead. Not able to. Oh, okay. I forgot that it worked like that. Marvelo taking that game too, though.
Yeah, you definitely gotta watch out for that tightrope. Such a big tool in Chipp's moveset, but as you were saying a little bit before, you can't really use it off of neutral or when your opponent is, you know, still active, especially something like Axel that can zone you out, so you don't want to be using it too far away. If you get something like, of course, that 2K 2D off, that's perfect time to set up that tightrope. Just secure a hard knockdown, then set up the tightrope. That's the premium time.
Yeah. It really is, as well as in combos when it's like it's just so good at being able to pick up off the ground sometimes. Like we saw it there at the end. But Deafheaven does have a game on the board, a lot of space to work with here. But good round start from Marvelo. Does use the Wild Assault though. Oh, just going right into super off of the Rekka, trying to get the hard knockdown as well as the meter. That did pretty good damage too.
Absolutely, and already, there we go, able to get the kick Rekka in. Already RRC off the start, able to keep this combo going. Another RRC into the tightrope. We are just not allowing Deafheaven to breathe this time, which is, again, perfect how you want to play Chipp. You cannot allow Deafheaven to set up at all, because right now, if you do, it's going to provide a harder game, because they're able to anti-air you. They're trying to send in Sickle Flash 2K2D into the rainwater, but we're still trying to, you know, dash block our way in. Such a good tool to use, but we're not finding our openings.
Yeah, I love how Deafheaven's playing this round. Oh, just block, but can't really take advantage of it here if you're Marvelo. Just big risk as well. Any hit here could do so much damage, but Marvelo alleviating it and gets hit as well.
And down. Securing that hard knockdown, that's what you want. Trying to go in with the JD, able to get a tightrope combo going, you know, Alpha Blade that way into the sky, continue it up, and already going for a PRC after the OD, actually getting caught for it. Bring it back after the 6 flash, or C got you in the corner, but we're bursting you into the corner for a 2D, into the Rekka, into a 6H, into Alpha Blade, and you're just done.
You are. Marvelo taking that game 3, and putting themselves in the lead for the first time.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, no, that's the thing. I know this playing Chipp myself. Once you allow the chip to cook, there's no turning off that oven. Once it's on, you're not turning it off, especially when they continue to get their openings. We're seeing a lot of good defense from Deafheaven, but there are moments when we're able to get, of course, that 2D, or able to get our jump in, or able to get our tightrope setup. And Deafheaven, once that happens, they're not finding their way out.
Yeah, I just feel like Axel really has a hard time with the way that Chipp wants to like approach, and Marvelo is taking advantage of that. They're playing very like they're willing to go back as well and restart neutral just to make sure that they're getting a safe approach, but not taking too many risks. Oh, but finally Deafheaven actually able to win that interaction, but it's still Marvelo on the other side of the screen. Oh, just going right into super yet again, just taking advantage of getting hit by Rekka 2. Marvelo. Okay, nice just block, burst out. Deafheaven going back to neutral, trying to call it out. Just playing a sharp guess game.
Gets the first two, trying to use the wreck of a PRC when they know it fails, because now we're going for this 6H into Alpha Blade, going to be able to use that knockdown to set up the tightrope, and we're keeping it going, able to slash again and again off of that, and able to get the round. Now we just need one more, we're on set point, and then Marvelo is able to get the third win on the board, but Deafheaven now just trying to zone out a little bit more with some rainwater.
Yeah, I like this round start, and you're getting a lot of good chip damage in this situation. You're not getting these full combos, but you've already done at least 60% here just based off of that big counter hit. Right, time stop, and we're able to get it. This should be it. Deafheaven evening it up, one round away from that game 5. It only takes one round here for Deafheaven to make it back into almost their favor.
It's just a matter of that they're going to be able to secure it and keep Marvelo guessing. Already has the space they want. We're setting up a tightrope. Goes for a little bit of bait though, as we're able to secure 2K2D into some Rekka. Not able to get much more because we're rainwatering Marvelo again. Now bringing them back in, keeping them away. Now Marvelo has to figure out how they're going to find their way in against Deafheaven. Tries to use the tightrope, but it's not working this time around. Wait a minute, can we get the J2K? No, we're going for the JD, and we're able to make our way in, but we get swept!
Oh, 2K is so strong. Burst online here. Burst save combo though, and that's Deafheaven going to game 5. Yeah, as soon as I saw that jump cancel, I was like, Deafheaven knows that they're going to use burst in this situation. Able to completely call it out and get that punish on the ground. Sending us to a game 5.
Ooh, okay. Deafheaven, when they're able to keep the space and also, again, just really mix up against Marvelo, that's when they get their wins. They're starting to notice in those last 2 rounds what's really working against Marvelo. So this last game, it's even grounded between the 2-2 situation. I imagine Deafheaven is going to be using that to try to get a win, but already Marvelo trying to start out strong, but they keep making space enough for Deafheaven to just zone them out.
Yeah, they want to play this neutral slow, but Deafheaven definitely has caught on to what's happening here. Okay, good opening here from Marvelo. Good use of plus frames, and they're not overextending with Rekka 3. Oh, and yet again, Rekka 2 into Super. Seeing a great asset for Marvelo. And takes that health lead, but Deafheaven's not done. Oh, big combo. Oh my god.
Yeah, burst right now. We're actually going to be using it, trying to run in again, trying to block dash, but still getting caught into the air, and now it's set point for Deafheaven. Marvelo's got to find a way to stop Deafheaven from getting these set plays that they want, especially because it's doing so much to Chipp's very little health. But there we go, we get the close slash. We're getting an Alpha Blade combo set up to 2S into 2H. That's all you need to secure the wall break, but we need more.
Yeah, round's not over. And Deafheaven has proven that they can come back in these rounds. And look at that. Back with the health lead. Back into yellow. Guts online here. And they're going for max damage here. Oh, that was a cool combo. Okay, YRC. Marvelo starts here. But burst online means that there's no pressure right now for Marvelo.
Oh, tries to use the Shuriken too. Gets hit again and again by the rainwater. You cannot be doing this against Deafheaven, as now
Duel 1.
Alright, we got heyallnorahere. Okay. I'm just gonna call them Nora versus Kina.
Yeah.
Alright, nice hits here.
Okay. Trying to come in with the misfiner, but still, backing your way out. Gonna be able to set up with a little bit of the card. See, it'll get 2K2D into the mist. Okay.
Alright, plus frames. Oh, good chase! Going with the low. This Fujin low is just really good at chasing that far away. Okay, fuzzy jump in the corner. Oh, wasted 50 meter on the parry, but not a big punish. And you can take some damage if you're Nora. Lots of guts on Anji, but still a pretty strong health lead on Kina. Big combo off the counter hit. Plus frames. Nice for check.
Still trying to find their opening against Nora. Able to get another misfinder. We got the card in the corner again. Jumping though, coming out from Nora, and they're going to be able to make their way back into neutral this time. Just going to wild assault your way in. You got Kina in the corner now. Able to get a nice meeting, send them down. But can we make it go all the way? Yes, we can.
Yeah, and Nora, Nora survived for so long there. Like I said, like Anji Gut's just like surviving for so long. Oh, good catch yet again. Just trying to chase down all these misfinder stances. Okay, big combo in the corner, going for the overhead as that first one counter hit, forcing out that burst from Kina.
Got the corner again, still able to Fujin our way inside. Fujin gonna be able to get just get that overhead, send them flying, able to get another attack in, and already Nora taking that next round pretty swimmingly compared to the first one, gonna be able to get their first point on the board.
Yeah. Good comeback in that first round. Strong offense in the second round. Kina's gonna need to find a way to keep them out here because Nora's been kind of bulldozing their way in.
They have been bulldozing their way in, and of course trying to, again with the Fujin, going to be able to connect, force the burst coming out from Kina, but they're being bursted themselves back into the corner and getting counter-fished.
Yeah, and then they get the combo starter as well. 50 meter here if they get the wall break. Yeah, they do. So big damage and a hard knockdown.
Okay, there we go. Gonna be trying to get the sweep again. We're getting, just RC'd out, but we gotta find an opening. RRC after the block DP, but we're stuck in the corner now.
Nora, why don't you jump into the corner?
Maybe they want to be there. I don't know.
Well, either way, it's going to be Kina taking the advantage here. Able to get that hard knockdown off the long range card super. Gold burst, though.
2P needs to find another good connection against Kina. They're able to get a misfinder, though. Definitely trying to find one more in order to take this round. Trying to find this opening against Nora. We have them in the corner. Trying to find an overhead, but there we go. Just send the card out.
Misfire to end it. Kina taking their first round, but good round start here from Nora.
There we go. Gonna find an overhead, send Kina into a rough spot again into that corner, knock him down, able to find a tap dodge and able to send them flying yet again. Kina has to find a way out of this sticky situation that Nora is just a steaming train pulling through, but all you have left is just like one good hit and yeah, that's it. You're gone.
Hard and heading to that round 3. Just spinning right through. No full punish coming out from Nora. So it's going to be Kina's chance to play this zoning game and this pressure game. All right, Wall Assault. Oh, they're perfectly fine with going back to full screen, but yet again, Nora with the chase down. Good block on the low, and with the Fujin opening. Not able to get the wall break. Nora not gonna escape. Well, let them escape though. Kina in the corner. Oh no!
Ooh. Okay, trying to find a low, not going to be able to. We got the opening on Kina now, and we got him back into the corner. PRC, we're getting knocked out of the air though, but we're able to make our way back in with a low. Fujin going to be able to go for the OD after Fujin. Definitely going to be getting us nice into the corner yet again, but we still need a little more.
Wire C. We're gonna have to start meter penalty for Kina because of the wire C. So they're gonna have to work with this without any RC or any meter. Oh, good pressure though. Big risk is gonna give some extra damage on there. And yet again, setting up for the big risk situation here. And the overhead! 50 meter, but not opting to use it. Both players, 50 meter up, able to catch something on the startup. Nora taking that 2-0 lead now and taking that game away from Kina.
Taking a really nice game away from Kina there, and of course one away from getting the full set. Even if they're down and out, Nora is still able to make it out, as you saw there with the BRC, just 2P right after that. So it's just a matter of time to see if Kina is going to be able to truly come back. That was a really close situation, one round piece, but already Kina is starting off very strong, getting that misfinder, but still needs to connect more of those hits together.
Okay, able to get the throw, setting up for the card, but gold burst from Nora. Oh, okay, just getting the throw again. throw, third time's the charm. Alright, into the instant overhead card. Big wall break as well. You're able to get the meter and the range here to play with, but forcing out that burst anyway.
So yet again, we get counter spin though, and that's going to be opening Kina up. Fujin, there we go, going to connect off of that. We got you in the corner, able to find another opening on Fujin, and already the wall break to kind of tie up this life lead. BRC immediately to the DP. Screw Kina is just not breathing.
Yeah, they're dead. Yeah, like you said, not breathing.
yeah, they're not, especially after that OD, yeah. Yeah, that's it. They're done. You know what? They got one more in them. They got one more in them right now.
I feel like they've got good ideas, but they're just not. Closing out rounds is just really hard for them in this game. No, we're always coming back and making them feel punished for messing up. Good blocks, put RC into the low.
Trying to Fujin again, block a lot of what Kira's trying to do. Kina down in the corner again as Nora is just putting them back in there, trying to secure the wall break again with another OD, and that's going to, again, be securing that hard knockdown. Kina's really got one last chance. They want to keep themselves alive in this set. YRC, can they make their way out alive with this one? No, they can't.
That's a clean 3-0 for Nora.
That is going to be... Yeah?
Sorry, clean maybe not the word I should have used. But Shampoo Goblin actually on the Bedman.
Bedman versus, of course, that Dizzy. Already very nice, trying to set out some drills, but Pixelated Max just keeps blocking them or just trying to swat them away with an attack.
Yeah, I love just like walking back here around start, knowing that you're zoning, like does a great job of tracking full screen. But all right, big opening for Max, going for some stuff, able to get the knockdown, as well as the extra meter by using that 50. So full screen with the extra plus frames off the hard knockdown means that Pixelated Max just going for full zoning game plan. JD though, this could be the start. PRC to try to reset that. They were going to be minus on that knockdown situation, so let's try to reset it.
Reset it indeed, trying to set out so many lasers. There we go. 2K to 2D, not going to be able to do much for Shampoo Goblin as they're just going to be hit overhead by Pixelated Max. Going to be able to take the first round, playing very well in that Dizzy. Already trying to run in again, but gets swept out by Shampoo Goblin as they're once again just trying to run in, find an opening, but Pixelated is keeping it in clutch. Never mind.
Yeah, long range hit there coming out from Shampoo Goblin. They're doing a good job of sort of getting their offense going, but no side switch for them in that situation means that we're going back to mid-screen, and that gives the Pixelated Max a chance to get back in this round. Setting up the zoning, but Shampoo Goblin yet again trusting in their ability to get that done a little bit better.
Pixelated has to find a way back in. They're in so little health right now. Shampoo Goblin's got the advantage, trying to tap Dust, not going to be able to connect it. Pixelated trying to find an opening. Big the Wild Assault 2, we're going to be able to break the wall, especially after an OD, but we still got to do so much more.
Yeah, a lot of work to be done by Pixelated Max in this situation, but anything that can force out the burst here is definitely valuable. PRC, yet again, a strong situation, and it's going to be the back throw to actually end the round. Shampoo Goblin coming out on top, but Pixelated Max, they actually got their burst back in that situation. So, going to be super valuable.
Already using it to secure aggression on the corner, able to get one, get another hit, gets a little bit of a knockdown, but we're not getting much off of that.
Good space control here from Max, and you're able to get the full 50-meter super as well. I just love how their game plan is like set up here against Shampoo Goblin. Just so much control, like just supplanted at almost all times. Blocks that burst, an actual long-range punish. Pixelated Max going up 1-0, taking a long game and getting early momentum on their side.
Already getting very good momentum from Pixelated Max, you know. Even in that the second round, when they were on 1 HP, but still able to almost make a comeback against Shampoo Goblin. That shows how, even in rough situations, we could see Max coming back out and trying to take it away, running away, winning. But it's just a matter of Shampoo Goblin is going to be able to, you know, get themselves in order. You know, Dizzy, they might not see this matchup a lot. We don't see that many Dizzies, but there we go. They're starting to get some reads. Drill stuck in the corner.
Oh, but they get out. Right? JK2D hard knockdown. BRC trying to catch Max walking away, and they're able to get a big counter hit just all the way to the corner. Double overhead, not going to be blocked, but guaranteed knockdown. No 50 meter to actually get the hard knockdown. And the JP to end it. Shampoo Goblin taking that first round.
Already really good coming out from Shampoo Goblin. Of course, trying to match that same momentum, able to get a counter hit and watch their straight eye fall down and be able to keep up their momentum. But now, Pixelated Max making it out of the corner, but already getting hit back into it almost. Okay, we got the ice setup. OD reversal? Oh, it connects! Here we go, trying to send their head for a stray. Trying to send a lightning bolt to drill, finding the space against Pixelated Max, forcing a burst. Oh, but they're getting hit from fire.
Yeah, that was a clutch find with the zoning 2D counter hit and actually getting hit. Oh my god, 50 meter hard knockdown. Shampoo Goblin still has the meter and burst available, but they're just gonna be meaty. Okay, good. Oh, but the overhead. Pixelated Max taking us to round 3 after what looked like Shampoo Goblin's round.
Already Shampoo Goblin getting frozen in place, gets swept, but there we go, able to burst, send Max flying back into their corner, but still, they're both trying to zone each other out. Pixelated Max going to be able to secure a bit of a knockdown, try to rush in, but the RRC able to secure a throw.
Very important damage here, and very important carry to the corner. The YRC's coming up from Max. Max trying to get some space back at all here. Shampoo Goblin forced to oh, good catch on the reflect and able to get this wall break. Very low health for Max here, but still going back to neutral. Gold burst online for them. They get the long range into Wings of Light. Oh, this has to be dangerous here. They're able to get the 2K hit in the BRC, so Shampoo Goblin evening us up at 1-1.
Okay. Shampoo Goblin, you see that they're having their signs of life now. They're able to kind of figure out what's going to be coming out from Pixelated Max, able to match a bit of their zoning game, able to make their way in with some sweeps. Of course, the high-low mix-ups are very strong on Bedman, especially able to keep Oki up with the stray head coming out. So I imagine we're going to be keeping up that momentum, but we'll see if Pixelated Max themselves will be able to adapt.
Ooh. Yeah, it's just so strong. Just to be able to contest the zoning.
Really good, especially because that's one of Dizzy's only attributes that she's able to utilize is the zoning. If you're able to out-zone her, you're gonna be sitting pretty, but it looks like Pixelated Max is able to get a jump in off of that fireball overhead, and now they're gonna be able to send in the narwhal. We got the Wings of Light. Ooh, yeah, this is gonna be devastating.
There's Wings of Light. Do you keep it through wall break? You do. Oh man, no, it resets, I think.
It's still there though. That's still good. Oh,
yeah, still threatening. But 1 health in a dream here for Shampoo Goblin. They're still making it work. 100 meter YRC online for Pixelated Max, just going for the 5K and the 5P, able to finish it off. So first round going to them. But round start, JS is going to give Shampoo Goblin that burst from Pixelated Max. And they're able to actually take the advantage even after that. It's not faded out.
able to secure another wall break, especially after the OD. Of course, it's going to be getting that hard knockdown and a very strong life lead for Shampoo. Goblin getting him with the head, going to be able to secure a throw, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, that was the 7 golden letters of perfect.
Every match we've had today is super close, and this one's no different. That 6 speed, able to catch out Shampoo Goblin, trying to dash at them. Okay, catching with the fireball.
Oh, not going to be able to secure the wall break there, but we get it that time, and we're going to be securing hard knockdown too, and another really strong life lead for Shampoo. Goblin already gets the opening and forces the burst.
Yeah, and that's super important. 50 meters still online though. Pixelated Max very dangerous, and they get the burst out of Shampoo Goblin, but full screen means that it's install time. Big chip and damage can come out from this install, so Pixelated Max not able to contest that zoning, and it gives Shampoo Goblin their 2nd game.
Ooh, okay. 2nd game on the board for Shampoo Goblin. They're making a very strong comeback against Pixelated Max. Again, being able to use the attributes of Bedman to their fullest potential, and again, shutting down a lot of what this Dizzy wants to do. Again, that zoning can't really do it much when you're getting outzoned by that Bedman with those drills.
Yeah, they're just so good. Even against like a lot of other characters, they are very strong. But Pixelated Max going to that character that they used to main on that Sin, we'll see if it's gonna work out. Sin, very strong character this patch, but not sure how it's gonna make a difference in this match. Good catch on the air-to-air, but immediately Elkhunt gonna force out the opposite burst on Shampoo Goblin. Good catch on the backdash, but DP on wake up there for Max. Big pressure.
Oh, there we go. Shampoo Goblin still showing how strong they are with this Bedman. Pixelated Max, though, able to get a hit in. We're going all the way to Sunday, trying to get a bit of an Elkhunt, trying to keep it going further, able to break the wall, and now Shampoo Goblin got to figure something out because Pixelated Max, they're getting some stamina back in there, and they got the anti-air.
That's a big call out. That is a big call out. But double the backdash coming out from Pixelated Max into the super will get them that round win and put them 1 round closer to taking us to game 5.
Trying to take us to game 5, Pixelated Max. You know, they feel the last ditch effort coming out right now when they're down a game, especially when you need one more for Shampoo Goblin. So, you know, you bring the Sin out, working pretty well, but Shampoo Goblin still got you in the corner, trying to guard crush you, able to catch you off of that jump, and trying to find another opening to send you packing. There it is.
Good jump coming out from Shampoo Goblin. Immediately able to punish that Elkhunt, and they're able to react to the jump in and take us to a possible last round. Shampoo Goblin on set point.
Now they're on set point. It's just going to be a matter of they lock in right now against Pixelated Max, who has the corner, forcing the gold burst from Shampoo Goblin. Now trying to zone, rush in, and we're finding our openings right now. The DP gets whipped, it gets blocked, and we're seeing a full-on OD coming out. Going to be getting that install state. This could be good.
Yeah, it's a big explosion. Not going to be able to apply that mix-up towards Pixelated Max, but oh, this should be it. Oh no, not enough damage, but very close right now. Oh, just the JK, not enough though. Able to catch the backdash from Shampoo Goblin. Pixelated Max, one more chance. 1 health in a dream. Even Chipp will kill at this point, but they still have that burst online, and they're gonna call out the reflect. Just playing very patiently. Wanted to wait for it, but the super on the overhead. Why are you trying to do something risky? Shampoo Goblin says, we'll send them to that 3-1 victory. But it was close.
Okay, CloverDragon versus the A.B.A. Gonna be the Millia versus the Ram, respectively. And already, Ram having a really good start, already setting up one of their great swords, but there we go, Clover able to make it out, setting up the discs. Very strong for when you get back up or trying to set up some OP. Ooh, we're already getting the corner.
Yeah, and they don't have the meter there to get hard knockdown, but great lead already from CloverDragon, and the chase down, able to steal the corner and steal the burst away. CloverDragon even gets the OTG there to not take any more risks. Oh my gosh, Jikh has to start over from this round because that last one was looking like pure domination.
And just keeps punching CloverDragon into a corner in the air. We still got the corner. We got both our great swords in there, able to find a really strong counter opening against CloverDragon, but they're able to jump out, but we're not stopping them. We're going to be able to catch them lacking.
Oh, good job keeping them in the corner as well. Gets the throw. Another mix-up in the corner here. Guard crush into just the throw before it explodes. Jikh fighting back super strongly. But they still have no burst online right now. CloverDragon does have that defensive option. It's taking a small health lead. Nice JPs though. It's putting it back at even. Burst immediately forced out. And CloverDragon, big damage in the corner.
Absolutely, and here we go, going to be doing the OD to secure, again, that hard knockdown that we love so much, as CloverDragon feeling very good, able to get another air attack in, bad mood coming out, we have the corner secured again, try the Rose, YRC going to be able to give a little bit for Jikh, but another YRC coming out, and the Rose going to connect too, just needs one more really good hit in order to send Jikh back in this game, but the JP!
Yeah, and this is dangerous. It doesn't matter if you have a big health lead in this situation. Ramlethal Valentine is not to mess with, and neither is Jikh. Okay, almost has burst, but Jikh also has it in this situation. Gonna spend it on that wall assault. Big pressure here. 5D not blocked, and that's gonna be Jikh making the comeback and putting 1-0 on the board.
Ooh, very good coming out from Jikh there. Millia can be a very tricky demon to just tie down because of how fast they can move. You see them just trying to jump over and over, use their Rose to change their momentum, or try to set up a new combo, or try to get some Oki, but still able to, catch them and send them back into the corner and get some nice damage. Jikh already having a really good start. It's just a matter of, can we keep this momentum up? Can we continue to read this mix-up demon? Or is she going to mix you up?
Yeah, we shall see. But good start yet again here from CloverDragon. Forcing out that burst and just making this neutral as annoying to play against, but stuck in the corner. It's exactly the wrong place you want to be against Ram. And Jikh's got to punish them.
Absolutely trying to jump in again. Send a great sword. We got you in the corner. Can we send the other one in there? Gotta be careful, but we're fine. We PRC. We're keeping them in the corner, but we stopped the OD. We get a reversal OD. We get a reversal OD. Whew.
Yeah, you gotta be careful about that one because Ram loves to use that. Okay, good air to air. Trying to keep those skies clear and keep them on the ground where you can pressure them. Jikh, both swords in this situation. Nothing on the board, but they knew they were going to get 50 meter off of that, so staying safe, and they get the sword back, and even force them to get no punish here. 5D, big hit, but unfortunately no conversion off of it for Jikh, and CloverDragon needs to make this comeback in this round. They don't want to go down 2-0 in this situation, and they're doing a great job of doing what they need to do to win that round back.
Gonna be sending Jikh flying yet again with very little health. Gonna be able to get a jump in, but not getting much more off of that. Gets the reflect, going in with another jump in into the RRC, and then boom, taking the round. But we need this mix-up game and of course this air game to continue into the next round. We do not want Jikh to get another win.
Oh, and I like Jik's reactions here to the air neutral. Just like, I'm gonna wait for them to jump and then go for those JPs to just keep them out of the air. It's working out so well for them, and they're even keeping them in the corner with that JS. And very big patience. Kind of stuck in the corner, but you do still have the health lead. Needs to block out this mix-up, but CloverDragon's all over it.
Ooh, and getting the wings in order to secure some OD hard knockdown too. This could be a really good comeback for CloverDragon. Watch out for the reversal. It's getting blocked this time, but still throwing their way in. Is Liahi going to be trying to go for a jump in? Gets YRC'd out though, and now we're trying to play a little safe. Not safe enough though, because we're stuck in the corner with these JPs. And the great sword.
Yeah, the sword, no meter to FD there is your death. So many chip options for Ram. So Liahi taking game 2 and so cementing their momentum in this match. It's gonna be, I think, the first 3-0 in a bit here, because Liahi is just looking so strong. Even when they go down, they just come back so strong in the round or the round after. Just always able to still close out the game, even if they're down that round.
And now we really got to figure out what to do, because again, Liahi is up 2-0. We're already bursting in the corner, sending us to a bad spot. We bagged their burst, but we're not able to capitalize off of it.
Yeah, and now you're in a really bad spot for CloverDragon. No burst in the corner versus Ram. Double overhead with some risk, but Liahi not opting to break the wall and has no swords in this situation. So, kind of precarious.
There we go. Going to be able to secure the wall break on Liahi. We got him in a rough spot, but again, you're Millia. You don't have a lot of HP to start off with, but RRC trying to get a jump in, get back out. You get YRC though. Wild Assault not going to be able to connect, but the Rose could be all that you need, but you're getting hit in the air still. You need one more good hit.
No full combo in that situation, but CloverDragon was so ready to get out of there that they're gonna get caught. Liahi 1 round away from taking the set. No mix-up, but still gonna get hit by Diz. CloverDragon, no hard knockdown for them, but a nice little health lead, and that JS counter hit that put them on a good course in this round. Still needs one situation after this. The super not gonna do enough, nearly enough to get the kill there. Good mix-up, and just the low after disc gets in the round.
This could be set point again for Liahi, but if CloverDragon is able to use their last life in order to get a win, this could be all that they need to, get a bit more momentum and get the 1-2 started and maybe try to get a reverse sweep going. But you're very, very down and out right now. You're stuck in the corner, and so many Gred Swords are flying at you. The tap does. The wall's about to be broken. You got literally 1 HP left.
Okay. Yeah, this is just such a big hold time that no health being like hit here, and you die to Chipp. So yeah, the delayed explosion actually kills them because they weren't FDing.
Playing Guilty Gear Strive. That's a question.
All right. Anyway, Asta versus KingKoa.
Ooh, okay, of course, going to be that A.B.A we were talking about before from KingKoa versus another Sin coming out, and already KingKoa is making their way back out.
Yeah, these characters want similar things a lot of times, and that is just get in and do big damage, but they do it in very different ways. Oh, wake up super!
Able to get a bit of a reversal there against Asta, trying to make their way against KingKoa, but not able to find an opening just yet. Tries to go for an elk hunt. Tap Dust is actually going to be answer. Wild Assault, you got the corner, going to be able to get a hit too. Just need one really good combo, but KingKoa, they can make it out alive, especially after this BRC.
Oh, good punish. And going for the overhead, using all that meter. Just trying to keep them pressured here. Oh, that was a big hit, but a little bit awkward to convert in normal mode off of most of these counter hits. So, Asta, and that finish off.
KingKoa already using their burst to make sure Asta cannot set up off the jump, putting them into a corner. The DP was initially whiffed, but able to hit in the end as they're just continuing their momentum into a hoof stomp.
Slow way getting in. Good use of 214K. nerfed in that last match, but still super useful at going over lows. And going for this small amount of jealousy rage meter that they can. Are they going to be able to get the mix up here? Oh, just a little bit too far away to really get anything super solid. But they still have them in the corner. Nice wake up DP. Just not letting that JD rock. Asta doing a great job of just going on offense when they don't have meter, and going on offense when they do. Going on defense, I mean.
Trying to get another sweep again. KingKoa going to be able to use their YRC. BRC though coming out from Asta, trying to elk hunt their way in. Use that stamina. Not finding the opening. Tap Dust though actually going to be able to almost have the wall broken. There we go. Going to be seeing that Heartbreak, finish it out. And just want to point out too, especially after Asta gets that first win, their standings right now. Asta, talking about a little bit before, they were early on second place in the leaderboard, one of the undefeated ones. Now they're sitting 5-4 right now, so definitely even, but got a lot of games on the board. So if they get like 1 or 2 more wins, they can make their way back up a little higher to the leaderboard. Meanwhile, KingKoa 4-2, they haven't even crossed that 7-game threshold. But we were talking about that 5-2 standing before, so if KingKoa gets this win, that's going to shoot him up.
No, for sure. Everybody's hungry for that win right now. Whether Asta or KingKoa. KingKoa started a little late, so it is very important that they get this going. 6P, just shutting KingKoa down. It really feels like a lot of times KingKoa has not really even been able to play the game, even in jealousy rage mode. They just, also either running away or doing a great job of zoning them out.
Ooh, and the RTL coming out too, gonna put on a lot of damage and get that hard knockdown on the wall break, especially Food Stomp coming in. PRC, again, has to find an opening right now, gets their poke a little bit whiffed. Now, the combo. Yeah, KingKoa setting up. Oh, dive kick? That does.
Oh, the 5D. Yeah, you can't block forever, Asta says. And just great round start, bursting to maybe go into jealousy rage. I mean, Asta has so much control. Even when they're in jealous rage, they don't care. Okay, but freeze frame does give them a little extra time to react to anything. KingKoa with some jealous rage to get something started here. They get the 2K2D, moderate damage here, but lots of jealous rage to go get into. Oh, but still not a lot in this next situation.
All definitely trying to go for a good hit coming out, but there we go. The jealousy's gone. Asta has to find an opening, trying to go for a bit of low with the elk hunt. Cannot find a throw. KingKoa is doing really good on their defense, trying to find their way into offense, but still not finding what they need.
Which is the right timing for Asta in that situation. Gives them that ability, but no 5D, that they might live to regret that. You gotta be careful against this character. Sometimes things happen, but careful is what Asta is. Able to get that 2K punish and put themselves up 2-0. Again, I just feel like Asta has so much control. Like, even when they're taking damage, it feels calculated in a way where, like, they're taking damage, but KingKoa will have no meter. They're taking damage, but it's going to do nothing because they're in normal mode. It's never a situation where it's going to skyrocket into Asta losing the round.
Yeah, Asta, they're still getting called out by what KingKoa is able to do at some points. We saw it a little there in some of those rounds, but still Asta's always able to keep a cool head, and you see it just trying to go through their combo fury as KingKoa is blocking, trying to be like, okay, can L punch work? No. Can we get a peak driver in here? No. Can we go for this? No. But already KingKoa having a really good start.
Man, this is what you need. But Asta immediately fighting back into the super as well. Gonna be good, yeah, going for the wall break so you can get the hard knockdown.
Okay.
Baiting something.
Trying to put KingKoa into the corner. Trying to get a tap dust into our siege. Trying to go through that string, but not be able to connect. KingKoa going to be able to make their way out alive with command grab and try to, push it forward again. They got some jealousy in there. Boom, boom, boom. RRC, we got the corner. We might be going for the full-on. Yes, we're going for the full-on wall break after the OD for the knockdown.
Okay, now look at this jealous rage meter. All full. Lots of chances here to get the kill, and they're gonna be able to get it. Round 1 of game 3 going KingKoa. A very good adaptation. But speaking of adaptation, Asta, round start, far slash.
Trying to poke again with the beak driver. Keeps trying to poke, but every time being called out. There we go, burst. Try to make your way in again. We're gonna be getting the wall off this. No, we're not. We got the burst in tow.
Oh, catching the backdash.
Very good for KingKoa in order to keep their combo up. And there we go. Another OD. Secure another hard knockdown. KingKoa is trying to make a comeback against Asta. Ooh, tries to go for the cross up, but it gets blocked.
Yeah, and now they're gonna run out of jealous meter here. Oh, what? Oh my god!
Literally 1 HP. I don't even know how you live on that. Fauntless defense is really coming in clutch right now for KingKoa, but not enough. The Hawkbaker comes out on wake up.
Yeah, good find of the win from Asta. Knows that that's a Chipp situation. Catching KingKoa with that movement. Oh, good normal mode combo into jealous rage. You're able to go back into normal and get a little bit of jealous rage. Calling out to DP as well. What you DP in Asta? It's time for me to get back to this meter and mix you on this wake up 2K 2D. Forcing out that burst.
Trying to Fauntless defense, another OD as KingKoa is trying to jump in on you. Not going to be able to connect. Asta trying to make their way out, but gets grabbed. KingKoa keeping themselves alive with a game win.
Yeah, that time stop happening at the perfect time for KingKoa to be like, all right, throw here. Because you can see that they're going for that elk hunt. This has to be, I mean, that was a crazy game 3. Out of like the domination that it felt like that Asta was putting up, and Asta was still fighting back so well in that game 3, but KingKoa ended up coming out on top.
Duel 1.
And now going to be going into another game. Can Asta already getting a really good opening, but forcing the burst already could be good for Asta as they're able to get another combo string started. Trying to go for a bit of an overhead, able to get it too. KingKoa's got to find a way out, and got to remember, their burst is gone. They already used it up.
And they have to play slow here, but they're getting caught from long range. Asta taking advantage of those big normals. And no 50 meter even. Trying to FD them out, and Asta gets that perfect in round 1 of game 4.
I imagine we want to go for another perfect again, but I mean, KingKoa has already hit you, so that's not happening, but at least a win. But already you're getting grabbed, and the jealousy is coming out at full force, forcing you to burst and trying to poke you with the peak driver, but again, getting anti-aired.
A little awkward. They ended up not having enough meter to stay in jealous rage. Oh, but they will now. In the corner, just trying to do something on a wake up. No jump for you. It's time to respect the key.
Duel 3.
Whew. Okay. Now in Duel 3, we respected the key, but is Asta going to continue to respect it? Tries to backdash, but gets caught again! KingKoa is really calling them out here as we're going straight to the wall, gonna break it again. Another OD, Asta. They keep trying to backdash against KingKoa's offense, but every time it's getting called out, but this could be a turnaround, especially after the poop star.
Not able to use any of this jealous rage meter for the things that you wanted to do it. That's already over half of it just gone, and then the backdash called out, so you're forced to burst out. This is still set point for Asta, but here's the mix up here into the overhead immediately. So burst online for Asta. No calling out of that. Okay, 50 meter and no rage. Big jump in coming out from the PRC 214K.
trying to go for a 2v2. We got Asta in the corner to secure a game 5. They're coming out though with a hoof stomp, trying to find an opening against you, but you're keeping your blocking on point, able to get through that tag, RRC, and that's a game 5 secured.
Yeah, so well played there at the end. Finding the way through the offense to fight back. Yeah, that was, again, it was just looking so strong. And it's not like Asta's not fighting back. Asta always getting these set points, but just not able to close out either game. So now we're even.
We're even right now. This could go either way. This could be the reverse sweep coming out from KingKoa, or Asta is going to be able to get the win here, and already trying to decide it. Already going for the elk hunt too to secure the wall and force the burst coming out.
Yeah, big to get that burst early, so they just don't have that many defensive options. Oh, the parry though? Wait, I don't think we've seen them do that today, and I think this is a bait. It's not a bait. Oh, Asta not able to get the full hit though, so it's gonna be back to neutral, but they have full control.
They do. There we go. YRC coming out, able to catch Asta with the cross up in the air, but there we go, forcing the burst. There we go, just dashing into. We have Asta in a really tough situation. Another throw. KingKoa needs to find a way out, but they're not finding it just yet. There we go. Asta trying to find something here. Tap dust.
It finally works out on the tap dust into the throw. KingKoa just sitting there and blocking. Another set point for Asta in this situation. Very high pressure for both players now. It's immediately going into that jealous rage. Wants to use it, but good run away from Asta. Just the immediate, like, I'm just not going to interact with that. And that is the correct thing to do. All this baiting, but good dash in coming out from KingKoa. No jealous rage, but big punish coming out from that miss DP.
Ooh, okay. And now, oh my goodness, getting stomped again. Gonna be able to secure the key into the heart. We're going to the wall. Guard crushing, able to get a counter hit. We got you on the wall, but gonna keep you alive this time. Going for a bit of a late OD.
Oh, it's too high.
Boom,
Yeah.
boom.
Not looking like it's gonna matter here with the 2Ps, but Asta opting to burst in this situation. Very high pressure, trying to force them. They have no resources here, no burst and no jealous rage, so this could be their time. Big risk right now, but one attack could kill them here. And Asta even going into negative. That parry, not parry, the clash not going in Asta's favor. Both players with no burst at this round start.
And again, it's last game, last round situation. Everything else has been training. This is where the true match matters. All that set play and data they were able to get from the other person, all the adaptation, it matters now. It's already Asta's got KingKoa in the corner, but trying to just step back a little bit, play it safe. It's going to be a little bit of their detriment, though. Able to find their opening again.
Yeah.
Woo!
KingKoa missing the 2-4K by like inches, and that means that it's Asta's turn. Okay, YRC, you have to get a lot. Okay, you get jealous rage here, you get that opening. You get good conversion off of that, and mix in the corner. I'm just going for the full burst.
Corner again, you're going to be able to secure almost, there we go, there's the wall break. So close in the health right now, but you got to remember, Asta is the one that actually has the burst here in the full tension, using the BRC there. Jealousy is off, trying to make your way in with the beat driver. Oh, the whiff grab!
Oh, it's so unfortunate, and this is going to be the kill with the super in the corner. Is it going to kill? It's not going to. Both players with their burst right now, and KingKoa going no jealous rage. They have to burst full screen. They have to figure this out because no jealous rage. Instead, it's gonna be very hard for them to find any big damage, and the Alcon to finish it off. Oh my God! What a insane set.
In the top 8, but on the loser side has to face Deafheaven if they want to continue on, which we've seen them before. We know how good they could zone and watch out for the dash blocking, which we could see Jikh try to take advantage of, but they're just trying to run in, jump, but they're still getting called out hard by Deafheaven.
Yeah, Deafheaven is just really on them right now, just not letting them do anything. That 5 feet, such a menace right now. Okay, no full kill, but so close to it right now. You still have to be careful. Any of these knockdowns could still lead to your death, but good call out from Deafheaven and a perfect in that round 1. Big momentum.
And even bigger for Jikh. There we go, though. Able to get a nice low, call them out, and now able to space out Deafheaven. Feeling good, trying to get a whistling win. Able to call out Jikh there, put him into the corner, especially going in with the Axle Bomber. Get another one to secure the wall break. And Jikh has to find a way to make their way back, and already trying to get a command grab.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you're expecting them to block, or expecting them to respect it. And Jikh, 1 health in a dream here, no burst. Has to get in here if they want to win. And you can see, oh, and the air throw, Deafheaven. Oh my gosh, what a great game 1 for them. There's not a lot for Jikh to show off in that game.
Jikh wasn't really able to set up how they wanted to. I was talking before about how we could see a zone out coming out from Deafheaven if Jikh isn't able to take advantage of their momentum. You gotta remember they have the doubled air dash. They do have the Rose, which can continue their horizontal movement in the air. But we didn't really see a lot of that against Deafheaven, just always being able to keep it full screen, keep their own space. But just, we gotta figure out what we want to do. Already, Rainwater.
Yeah. Already, just calling it out, getting that burst out, and it's still Deafheaven that's coming out on top. Oh, what are you mashing on? Deafheaven says, able to get another big hit here, but they are stuck in the corner. You gotta be careful. Good just block. That is punishable off of even normal hit. So you're gonna force that burst out from them. That Rainwater trying to call something out. Jikh not moving, trying to be very patient in this state. But 2K2D. Oh, does this hit? I think it does. Oh, it doesn't. The Artemis a little bit too far. Able to actually call out that super. Oh, and that's a big hit. That counter hit 6H is a great starter.
Really good indeed, especially since Jikh is trying to continue it, but Deafheaven is able to finally find an opening against Jikh. Gonna try to continue it. They have burst though, trying to use the windmill. There we go. Continue it into a kick. There we go. The Millia is up again.
Yeah, Deafheaven tried to air backdash in that situation, but a little bit too late to actually get it out. So getting called out and being a backdash, Jikh on them on this backdash as well. But this round start a little bit different, and you're able, Deafheaven is able to get them into the corner with that guaranteed pressure as well. Rainwater calling out the YRC and forcing that burst out from Jikh.
There we go, able to get an anti-air too, trying to continue with the disc, able to get another air opening, forcing the burst and trying to avoid this sickle coming out. Wind not going to be able to keep you down, but there we go, the sickle's going to be able to hit and bring you back in, able to get a jump into Axle Bomber. Can we get just a little more from Deafheaven?
And Deafheaven only needs a little bit more here, and they're able to get the JH, but no full conversion off the counter hit. Still able to get the anti-air though, so putting one back up on the board. Very, very close between our two competitors, but it looks like Deafheaven is taking a nice little lead here, even going for the Rainwater call out. Counter hit big for Deafheaven. Ooh. Just making these little jump ins and even able to get the cross up. Jikh needs this round right now, so, and that actually didn't cross up. That was kind of crazy. Burst online, but not gonna be able to use it before hard knockdown on the wall.
And you got 1 HP left. You still got your burst. You might want to use it here. Uses the gold to get the full screen. Watch out for the OD. Able to RRC. We bagged the burst. And there we go. Deafheaven. 1 HP and a dream actually going to come to fruition.
Yeah, what a crazy ending to that game too. And you know, despite Jikh playing better that game, it didn't come out with them on the other side with a win. So Deafheaven being up 2-0 just means that like Jikh has to dominate in these next games if they want to take it, because Deafheaven just so strong in keeping them out right now.
Yeah, really strong in keeping that Millia on Jikh, just out and away from them. But Jikh is starting to find their openings, but Deafheaven still able to make their way out when it happens. Already trying to get the good neutral game. Has to watch out for this cross-up, especially after the Rose, but Deafheaven keeping themselves alive. Even if they aren't hidden, they're keeping Jikh away.
Yeah, and you get the burst out as well. So, doesn't have that resource. Good find with the 2P, forcing the opposite burst out now too. And able to find that far slash. Kiske in the corner. Just no mix up here, but still gets the 2K 2D. Pressure in the corner. Oh no, it's way too far for the throw. So no punish on the Bedman for them, but they still got this pressure up. Nice 5D. Oh, that is a big combo to get them back into the corner. Oh, just missing the meter.
And able to get a bad moon, able to keep the corner game up, especially the Oki, and there we go, we're going to be able, yep, OD, just going to be able to secure that kill in the round, gonna go to Jikh, gonna be able to get one up against Deafheaven, especially in this situation when right now you're 0-2, you got to take whatever you can get or else you're going to be gone.
Okay, the knockdown, trying to call out a tech there, but again, get the full screen zoning, trying to put themselves on match point here, and they're looking real good to do it. Not gonna be able to kill off of this, but big hill to climb for Jikh in this round. All right, they do start it off well. Counter hit JH into the cross up. Very nice mix coming out from them, and they have the meter to make this work. So Deafheaven forced to burst and going for the command grab right after. Super tricky. We're on set point here for Deafheaven though, and running away, preventing Jikh from getting in any of these situations.
Yeah, we're just really not allowing Jikh to set up right now. Trying to come in with the grows, but getting grabbed right out of the air, sent back down to the ground, trying to rain water, gonna be able to, forcing the burst out from Jikh, but Deafheaven just gonna backdash a little bit in the air, and there we go, time stop Zanuff as we're going straight into the Axle Bomber in the corner, but we're not getting much more off of that. There we go, wait a minute.
Yeah, I mean, how does Jikh play the game in this situation? Just always getting called out, every single movement being predicted. Have these two played today? I feel like, no, I've just watched these two.
Yeah, we've been watching these two play constantly, and of course, I talked to him before about, you know, Marvelo. This is my dangling keys. This is my dangling keys. I absolutely love this. But already, Brownie is just sending in so many minions. But Marvelo's, you know, trying to take him out, but we're stuck to the wall right now. Brownie getting another good opening. Got so many minions on the stage, and it's really getting your health away.
Oh. Calling out that attack with the defense there. Brownie with a pretty good first round, but lots of time for Marvelo to still come back here. All right, good patience. Like Brownie was waiting for the DP there. Coming out.
There we go, 5K. That could be good to find an opening, but Brownie still has the read on you, has a minion right behind you, but there we go, getting the beta play, but getting 5 feed out of the air, not finding their way in. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, but the 6 speed coming out. I just feel like Brownie's been doing a great job of just stopping them as they come in, and immediately with the defense command as well. This is Marvelo's chance here. They have to come back. Brownie immediately with the burst as soon as I say that. And yeah, every movement getting checked here by the minions perfectly. Brownie takes game 1.
I want to point out too, because what you said, Holo, I did want to check in their previous matches. Marvelo and Brownie did actually go up against each other in the pools, and interestingly enough, it was a full 3-0 in favor of Marvelo. So this could be a revenge set for Brownie, especially as they already got 1 win under their belt.
Duel 1.
Yeah, I mean, a 1-0 start is already good for the morale of Brownie in this. And they've had time. They probably had time to think about like what they did wrong in that first set. But good round start here from Marvelo. Whiffing on the JP though, so gonna be able to let Brownie get in. YRC to take the turn back though, and just getting mixed. Look at all this. No blocks unfortunately from Brownie, but they do take the turn back. Not able to catch that backdash.
There we go. Gets the full Rekka. Trying to find their perfect opening to just run in. There we go. Gets the 2-8 PRC though instead of the RRC, which I imagine they wanted. Tries to get the Rekka. You need one more hit. JH. That's the perfect jump in. Perfect to get you something already. Marvelo going to be up around and already just going for the far slash of the Wild Assault into an Alpha Blade into a 6H. Everything is being put on full display. I'm trying to call everything out.
Yeah, I mean, Marvelo trying to pull all these stops. You don't want to hide anything right now because you need it to win here. And advantage here for Marvelo. Yeah, tried to call out. Was like they need to summon a minion here, or they need to do something in order to get one. So not gonna work out for them though. This round looking super good for Joe Brownie. Oh, getting the callback. Unfortunate Rekka 3 not hitting in the 2K2D. Low profiling and getting them the win.
Ooh, Marvelo had the round there, but Joe Brownie was just able to make it back and already forcing the burst from Marvelo. There we go, J2K into 2K2D. Could be very good, but already forcing the burst coming out from Joe Brownie. They did the burst once. They can't get out of the defense like that again. Already getting the Rekka into the OD. Gonna be securing the hard knockdown, which could be the perfect time to set up a tightrope here. No, we're just jumping in.
Yeah, they want to call out these guys. They don't want to take the chance of Joe Brownie going for the backdash or summoning a minion. They're just trying to play full aggression right now, and it's actually working out. No meter to finish it off, so they're just going to reset into... Yeah,
there it is.
Throw and the 2K2D to catch whatever defensive option they were throwing out. Marvelo with the 1-1.
Okay, Marvelo is starting to cook now. This is cooking because we saw a lot of times once they got their momentum started, it could not be stopped, especially in that last round. It's like immediately, if you're able to get in, you know, J2K, very good opener, as you saw there from Marvelo, into 2K2D, that's already a knockdown. It's already a hard knockdown, not a, just perfect way.
Yeah, for sure. 6P. I like that they're trying to snipe the minions here. They're also respecting them. They know they're going to get hit by them. Just good recognition. Oh, but unfortunately wasn't able to recognize they were going to get hit there. Okay, trying to hit the minion towards them, but Marvelo going for the DP. The plus frames. 6P to call it out. Does not respect those plus frames. Knows that they're fake. Oh, the 2P conversion into minion.
That was really good to call out that JH for 2P. And already Joe Brownie trying to set up some more minions in this round. Marvelo just trying to jab them out, but still getting called out, putting yourself out of blocking. Not what you want to do here. The tap does. Yeah, it's putting you against the wall. Very low. Going to be sending you flying. You have one last chance to figure it out if you want to take this game.
But they do have a good chance with no minions on screen. 2S though, and the called out burst. Joe Brownie was ready for it, knew it was coming, had so much health still, and the burst of their own, but they don't even need to use it. So 2-1 for Joe Brownie, taking the lead yet again.
Whew, really good coming out from Joe Brownie. Really calling out Marvelo. I feel like Marvelo is having a hard time with the minion swarm that's coming out, because you saw, especially in that last round, they kept trying to jab it out using 5P or 6P, but that often led to another minion coming in. They're left wide open in terms of their defense, and that just led to Joe Brownie just running in.
Yeah, I feel like Marvelo wants to, like, in the game that they won, they were really aggressive, and they tried to catch them doing these defensive options. You saw it right there, and that didn't let them set up the minis that might be what they need to do. Nice catch with the counter hit 5P. That's a big combo starter to be able to get that hard knockdown and guaranteed mix. But Joe Brownie's still a 50 meter here in the situation, just going for straight jump in. It wasn't any mix, it was just block this overhead.
Oh, trying to BRC to make their way back into the offense. There we go. Rekka going to finish that off. Marvelo is cooking, and again, they're cooking when they just go straight past the minions. Don't allow them to be set up, but already you're allowing Joe Brownie to wild assault their way in, get all 3 minions on the board for a brief second there, and already half his health is gone. We're sending an OD in to break the wall. Marvelo, you're looking pretty down and out already. We gotta find an answer, or else it's going to be cooked. And there we go. There's a reversal with the beta blade, trying to find the 2D range, but getting hit for it. Whew.
Yeah. Just after the DP, not able to keep up pressure. Set point here for Joe Brownie to go to that guaranteed 5th place. Okay, calling out the backdash though. Marvelo with a good start in this round. Getting at least half of Joe Brownie's health off of that wall break. Oh, but good check coming up from Joe Brownie. Going for the mix. Joe Brownie gets that JS, and they aren't able to follow up. Ooh!
Oh, can we get the overhead record? Yes, we do with the kick. Gonna be going into a slash and an alpha blade combo. Getting bursted out of it, though. Can we try to find our opening yet again? RRC, there's so many minions around. It's just a full swarm, but Marvelo is keeping themselves alive. Gets the far slash combo. Just needs a little bit more, but they get anti-air. He cannot connect the JH.
Yeah, that was a crazy combo as well. Just going for the throw in the corner. This is dangerous for Marvelo, because Marvelo is getting called out. Oh, ho, ho. It's gonna be a Joe Brownie 3-1 win over Marvelo.
Ooh, Jack needs no introduction. It feels like every week we look at online, they're either winning or getting really good standing, but SQ can be argued for the same thing.
Yeah, both super strong players in the characters that they play. Very, very well known within the NA scene. But good start here for Jack. Able to get that positive bonus and hard knockdown going with the wall break as well. Resources looking good, so you gotta be able to get that meter going, but SQ not wanting to let that happen. Immediate YRC. A lot of risk. You gotta be careful here if you're Jack, so immediate burst happening as soon as they get hit here. Good find with the 2S. Has the meter to get the kill here as well. They should be able to get it, especially with Ramlethal. Yeah. Goodbye.
Ari going to be able to send SQ flying in the first round, and already 2K2D in order to force a burst. Going to be rolling it. You got to watch out with Happy Chaos. If they roll against you, it's really going to mix you up, and that's exactly what's happening to SQ right now after that combo has started, as they're going straight into the Deus Ex Machina, sending you flying.
Yeah, and that's going to be full resources for Jack, and then their meters coming back as well, and all these hard knockdowns just coming in. Is so helpful. The RC, not sure what they were trying to call out there, but SQ is definitely at death's door. A pretty dominant first game for Jack.
Very dominant first game from Jack indeed. Really didn't feel like SQ was able to breathe, get up, do what they wanted to do, and because of that, it's going to be Jack coming away with the first game if they're allowed to get a little bit more breathing room. And again, watch out for those rolls, because if those rolls come out and they get you and they catch you, that's going to be devastating.
Duel 1.
Truly.
Let's rock.
Truly will be. Okay. SQ tried to back off there, but getting caught by the 2K2D of Jack. Throw into the corner though. The dangerous pressure. Chaos isn't the best at reversing in this situation, especially against a character like Ram. Oh, good whip punish.
And we're really getting some shots out right now. There we go. Deus Ex Machina once again. Gonna be sending you flying, as I said before. SQ really has to figure out an answer, especially after this hard knockdown. They get the YRC, trying to go for a low. Can't find it, and oh, gunshot straight into an OD. Just gonna help out a little bit.
Into another Deus Ex Machina, another kill. Very, very solid play from Jack. Just always able to pull out that win in the end. Oh, but this is a good start for SQ, because this combo is going to do a lot, and then they're going to get the meter after this. No hard knockdown, but going back to neutral as Ram is very, very strong.
Especially since you're sending them flying again. Forcing the burst though, trying to find your way in, but you have to block so much. Jack gonna be coming in, shooting, boom, boom, shooting again, boom, and gonna be putting a water balloon on you. Just gonna help their concentration out a little bit if they want to just shoot some of their bullets.
Okay, just playing a lot of a facing game, but eventually Jack comes out on top yet again. Deus Ex Machina. Just always happening. Always getting caught out. Skew, a lot of meter and burst online. Coming down to it, but the cross up and the shot is going to send Jack to a very quick 2-0.
Indeed. And now SQ definitely going to have to figure out what they're going to try to do against Jack. Because again, Jack has got a very good read. Everything they want to do, able to roll in. Again, that first round, we saw 2 Deus Ex Machinas, pretty much one into the other. SQ hasn't really been able to perform yet. So if they do not want to get knocked into the losers bracket, they're going to have to perform.
Yeah, they need to make some momentum here, because right now it just feels like it's the Jack game. But they do get that burst out early, so we'll have a chance in this situation if they get Jack in the corner. But it's just looking so hard. Jack is just so evasive right now, and they're even able to get that whip punish and the shot there to get the extra meter. So full resources, but not a lot of focus right now for Jack. So likely won't be able to get a lot of gun offense. Ooh. Yeah, still no focus. Still able to get the conversion. Waits long enough to actually get the gun out.
Getting poked out though. SQ trying to make something happen, but yeah, just getting anti-aired by a jab. That's gonna do it. Now gonna be on set point already, as Jack is feeling very good, just trying to back up. Can we find an opening? Again, the roll, you gotta watch out.
Yeah, this many years in, it's just so hard to react to still. It's just one of those things. Okay, so getting that focus up and then going to the super. Jack. Big advantage right now in terms of meter and resources. Walk's not coming out from SQ, and I think this is still gonna, I don't know if this is gonna kill.
Find out right now, and
oh, yeah.
Actually, yeah, it is another perfect, and that's leading to Jack moving on. And who's gonna be getting knocked down into the losers bracket?
Big launch, but MacMens not wanting to face that damage, immediately goes for the burst. Big call out. No throw for you. Damage.
Big damage indeed already for Kaneda. Able to, there we go, able to get an air attack against MacMens too. Gonna be able to get a tyrant barrel and just already send MacMens flying for a perfect.
Duel 2.
Our winners matches, like, some of these rounds are ready. We'll see if MacMens can fight back, but right now it's the Kaneda game, because just outplaying them a lot in neutral here. But you know what? MacMens just gonna forward slash, get that first interaction win. Oh!
Wait a minute, we got the corner.
Okay. But burst being used by Kaneda. They wanna end the match here.
Gonna be seeing if Kaneda's gonna be able to keep this momentum, especially after the hard knockdown. YRC though coming out.
Backdashing out of there, using that big range of Sin to their advantage, and they're able to take the second round as well. Kaneda with that first game on the board.
Already gotta feel very, very good for Kaneda, especially because, again, they need 2 more wins if they want to make it out alive. And already kind of what you were alluding to before, Holo, it really feels like these winner matches, we're getting players that are showing how dominant they are. Because going from Jack before, who was able to just run away winning, to already a very strong start from Kaneda, it's impressive.
And just to, I mean, we noted it earlier, but this is the only player who's beaten Kaneda today. So I don't know if they haven't played against some of the people in top 8 like Jack, but like they've only ever lost to MacMens today, so they're probably, it's on their mind of like, I want to get this win. But right now MacMens fighting back and able to catch that 2-wedge startup. So he's gonna be able to get that hard knockdown and super. Get some solid pressure afterwards and a big health lead.
Very good for MacMens to try to make their way back. Still though, just trying to space out Kaneda, make sure they do not get hit. Able to get a DP. Got the wall right now. Fujin gonna be able to seal the deal as we're already 1 round up. MacMens having a really good start. Trying to use that 5k2 in order to keep that startup still going. Able to get the overhead after the Fujin too. But you gotta watch out for Hawkbaker.
He did not want to respect that, and I totally get it. You know, being in that Anji mix can definitely not be fun, but TP check on the button right now. Big offense here from MacMens. Good backdash. They're actually able to go through the overhead, so now they're trying to play offense, but yet again the 2P check just being that the god-like button that it is. Full meter here for MacMens. I think he's a little too high to make that super really work.
But still, it's leaving MacMens in a good spot. Able to get one opening. Tap dust into RRC. The tried and true, and now we're 1-1.
Yeah. Dominance in the other direction.
We're getting a little bit of a back and forth now.
So we'll see what the changes will be here in this game 3. But Kaneda. Wait, can you say his name for me, please?
Why do you ask?
Because I want to know. I'm kind of curious how he prefers it. That's it. So I was curious how. But getting back into the set, Kaneda versus MacMens.
Kaneda, thank you. Kaneda. I was trying to go off of your pronunciation too, just to make sure I was saying it correctly. So at least we know now. Thank you, Chatter. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Well, either way, Kaneda getting beaten up in the corner here. Full meter for MacMens. So gonna use that super and get the hard knockdown. So what's the mix here? Just going for the 2S. Okay, 2K2D, catching them off guard. Big overhead into the low is a Anji classic. Oh, it's say, is this gonna kill? It will kill. MacMens is that first round in game 3.
Already feeling very strong after saying, let's rock again. Trying to make your way in. Kaneda trying to make something happen. Able to get a burst. Make sure MacMens cannot start their momentum. Still though, backdashing, trying to find their opening, but getting DP'd out. Wild Assault to another DP. We have the wall, and we have enough to work. Now we're keeping our attention meter alive.
Yeah, maybe just wants it for this mix-up. I mean, just going on the offensive anyway. MacMens was playing super aggressive, calling out the tech though. This is gonna be some big damage coming out from Kaneda. Hard knockdown. Let's see if they're gonna call it the tech, but no parry super for you. They know what's gonna happen. No stamina right now for Kaneda. But finally back on the defense for them. A good whip punish burst online right now. It's important. Important round for them. Going for the overhead.
Ooh, and there we go. Gonna be able to 8-9. Oh, it's so close between these two right now. PRC, Kaneda trying to take this to a round 3. Has to watch out for any poke that MacMens is gonna be trying to pull out. Keeps trying to throw their fans. Hoof stomp? Are we gonna see a hoof stomp?
Oh, good IBFT. They're trying to figure out a way to get in here. Slight health lead right now for MacMens, and they're able to get the punish off a spin. MacMens with a very good win, a very good call out in game 3 to take the win, take the advantage right now. But Kaneda not out of it yet. One game to play with. Try to take it to game 5.
Try to take it to game 5 indeed. This is already very scary coming out against MacMens. MacMens is a character you do not want to be going out against. Kaneda trying to make their way back in though, but already MacMens able to find their opening, gets a throw too.
Yeah, 6P frame trap, able to get the low, mixing up a lot here, and big whip punish coming out from MacMens. Just looking so good right now. Oh, the damage! Yeah, no kill quite yet. Wall break a little bit early, but just such a big advantage. And this is Anji too, so even if you get the hit, you know, it will take a lot of callouts in that trade not going in Kana's favor, but they're are able to get another combo.
Semi-flying, getting the stomp to MacMens, going to force the burst and going to be able to make their way back in against Kaneda. We just need one more win, and that is going to do Kaneda out. Already trying to win some pokes, but there we go, it's the 2Ps.
Even after that many 2Ps, oh, ride the lightning yet again. Are they gonna keep it? No, they're not gonna keep the corner. Big damage though onto MacMens, going through a lot of that health bar. Oh no! Code not fully connecting, so very bad situation for MacMens in this. But good call out with the 5P. Not gonna let the mix rock. PRC to try to call something out, but MacMens still in it right now. But the 2K2D check from coming out from Kaneda to that round 3.
Going to a round 3 now. Again, this still is set point for MacMens if they're able to lock in, already having to force their burst. And again, trying to find a poke. The Fujin going to be able to make something happen. Continuing it with K, try to continue into the corner, but Kaneda's trying to make their way out. Wild Assault trying to get the stomp. There we go, gets a poke, and they're going to be riding the lightning all the way to another part of the stage. And that's doing massive damage on MacMens.
Yeah, it is, but they don't have any stamina meter to keep up the pressure. They had to wait for the meter to come back as well, so this is giving MacMens a great opportunity. First having to be used, so that way MacMens doesn't get positive bonus in this situation, but they do have full meter. These situations are very wild coming out from Kaneda. Big chance for them to close out, and okay. One more chance for MacMens, and the Fairy Super! It's gonna kill, it's not gonna kill, but it doesn't matter. They're still in this game, and they have first coming out online, but not blocking the overhead. MacMens with the 3-1 victory, doing it.
I want to touch on really quick. Deafheaven, we've only seen so far against those Pixies, against Chipp, against Millia. So if you're able to hit them when you're trying to keep them out, it's pretty easy after that, you know, that 10-10 situation. But now at SQ, again, they're able to get in a little easier. Plus, they got actual health on their body more than those other two. So it's a little bit harder for Deafheaven. Already feeling very good, but SQ, again, they're making their way in.
Oh, just the throw. They knew SQ was just going for something there. There was no sword on them, so like no guaranteed pressure there for SQ. Oh, good catch on the backdash. Oh, wake up, Axel, TK Axel Bomber. Yeah, another burst coming out from Deafheaven, because that definitely would have been the kill from SQ.
Trying to find an opening against SQ2. They keep just hopping in, hopping out, maybe trying to go for that rainwater, trying to send in their sickle for a sickle flash, not going to be able to find what they want, as SQ's just trying to walk up in there, able to get a good hit, another great sword, and the explosion is going to do Deafheaven in.
Yeah, they still had that one sword left to get that full conversion, so it was very dangerous at that range to try to contest them. So, okay, Rekka 1, just SQ trying to keep up the pressure here, trying to get them force them into this bad position in the corner, and that's a big hit. Hard knockdown now. Probably going to be able to set up the sword if they want to here. Doesn't even need it. Trying to get this corner control into the sword, 2K, but no baited burst coming out from SQ.
Trying to, there we go, finds a bit of an anti-air against SQ, trying to keep them out, but SQ just going to be able to use that greatsword, slash for one really long poke, and already putting a point for themselves on the board. It really is a different story seeing Deafheaven struggle a little more like this compared to what we've seen from them before. So this is going to be a true telling on how this matchup's going to really change and how Deafheaven is going to try to change how they're going to play, because again, they're starting to struggle now.
Yeah, it really just feels like they're having a harder time calling out Ram in neutral. Especially since SQ is willing to, like, you know, block in this range. They don't need to dash as far to get in here, and they're able to contest it on the air super easily. But that was a really, really nice 6K coming out from Deafheaven, so immediately going to be bursted. Oh, wake up. Gonna get called out by SQ, so first forced out. The the jump in as well being anti-aired. So SQ got this pressure in the corner. Oh, and calling out the backdash as well.
And we're doing a reversal, gonna be sending Deafheaven flying with that OD, especially as we're starting to block a lot of these sickles again. We have the positive tension, we got a full bar actually now. SQ trying to find the one poke that's gonna do it all. There we go, we had one, but you still need one more PRC, but there we go, wait a minute.
No combo coming out from Deafheaven, but they're still able to get mid-screen control. They still have a chance here. No swords being sent out, and they're able to catch them with a command grab. Very, very, I think they got it. Yeah. They have to get the wall break. Oh, it doesn't work out. And SQ, this is SQ's chance, and they're able to get the cross-up explosion. Very, very disorienting, except in my opinion. SQ with a very clutch round win in that situation.
And Deafheaven, you know, we're starting to see now that they know SQ might not try to dash block a lot like the other two opponents he's faced. You saw one time, you know, it wouldn't hit, and then the next time, as you saw right there, it's gonna hit. He's seeing that pattern now and trying to take full advantage of it. Meanwhile, SQ has to figure out a way to stop Deafheaven from figuring them out. Now blocking a lot of this, trying to send a great sword in, trying to get a guard crush. They see them jumping, able to get 2K, 2D, and we still have the corner. Can we get the wall break with this reversal? Yes, we can!
And we get the hard knockdown. We get all this pressure in the corner. And they're able to get the low as well. Okay. Very low health on Deafheaven, but I'm immediately calling out the throw here. This is their chance. They have to get this answer here. They have to keep them in the corner, and they have to get some big damage. 6H getting hit there.
12 for each of them. Trying to zone out when it's this low. That's all you need to do. Deafheaven gonna be able to keep themselves alive that round, setting it to a round 3. Already getting a really strong opening on SQ, bringing them back in. Probably gonna get a jump in, try to get something a little more off that, but the 2K 2D forcing Deafheaven's burst.
Yeah, Deafheaven, no burst, but really good position here with the time stop super. We're gonna be able to take it to the corner and then go for this pressure that they want to do. Calling out the SQ, trying to go for a big option 2H to full screen punish SQ. Deafheaven with a game back after it was not looking good. Deafheaven clawing their way back into it.
Deafheaven is going to keep themselves alive here, and I imagine again they want to go the full distance, especially against somebody as strong as SQ. SQ really doing well in that first game, but as I said before, Deafheaven is now starting to get a good read on how SQ handles that zoning, and also just being like, okay, that's what's going to open you up. Now I'm going to zone, and there's nothing you can do to stop me unless you adapt.
Sure. Yeah.
Keeps backdashing, try to find another opening.
Yeah, these attritions are really going well for Deafheaven. With okay, big hit from SQ will force out the burst from Deafheaven, and yeah, I can't dash in that way. 2K2D is really good, or 5K2D very good coming out from Axel. Big hit though. Oh my God, the damage! As always, Strive, pretty high damage game.
Ooh, absolutely, and an RRC right after, and we're sending in our sword from the sky. SQ already going to be making a statement. They're trying to jump in again, trying to block a lot of what Deafheaven wants to do, but still trying to keep themselves alive, but gets hit from the top!
Yeah, tries to dash after that in order to get in, but Deafheaven not afraid to do a block. Even if it's punishable. SQ though, big knockdown. Oh, yet again, just getting thrown into the corner, reversal on their own pressure. SQ doesn't get burst back early enough to use it there. And I just feel like Deafheaven have been playing this fairly smartly right now. Not able to get the full conversion off that, but good air backdash coming out from SQ.
especially coming in from the sky again for the jump in. SQ already going to be able to use that OD to really send Deafheaven flying with some insane damage to keep Deafheaven in the corner. Gets our opening, but it's bursted out, and we don't have our great swords.
Oh, that's a big hit. And it's gonna take a lot longer for them to come back, but SQ finds the hit and is able to take game 3. Just not able to close it out here if you're Deafheaven, but still looking very much like they're in it. SQ just a little bit more on top.
SQ is leaving them a little bit more on top indeed, really telling Deafheaven, you know, it's still going to be a hard fight to try to take me out. And it was a little scary, don't get me wrong. These ODs, especially on the walls, are working really well. But hey, let's see what happens next, especially with SQ and Deafheaven. Deafheaven needs to make a reverse sweep, but SQ wants that last win.
Deafheaven needs this extra win here. They want to take it to game 5. And this is a good start for them. But a lot of these rounds can go bad really, really quick versus Ram. So Def immediately going for the burst. Oh, and good call out on Rainwater. And you're able to get the super to get Deafheaven into your pressure. Congrats to you.
Trying to air dash their way in again. Gonna be able to get that OD, send Deafheaven flying again. Might try to go, just runs up completely, able to open Deafheaven up, saying, you know, maybe you should have blocked. As now this could be set point for SQ.
Yeah, it could be. Deafheaven fighting back. Very, very similar to the round before. But they are building up a lot of risk in this situation. But it does go back after that trade. Tries to go at that 6B. But SQ playing this, I feel like, pretty well. Just trying to block it out. Wait till the right opportunity for them to get the right hit. But Deafheaven is building up a little bit of this damage, though. Not from combos, but from just really nice small hits.
And now going to be able to use the OD to once again send Deafheaven flying for the hard knockdown. They're going to be bursting out though, trying to keep SQ away, at least trying to chip out a little bit past the user Faust defense. Getting opened up though, great sword going to keep up the Oki, and another OD sending you flying. That's going to be SQ knocking Deafheaven out of the bracket, and they're going to be the first to move on to the losers semis.
Duel 1.
First time they're meeting today. I'm interested who will come out on top. Either way, I feel like both players have showed some really good stuff today already. For the offense from Kaneda has been really, really strong, and the adaptation from Joe Brownie has just been really, really good. I mean, just starting off with a good round, but Kaneda with that big counter hit power slash, the damage, as always. Just doing a lot. Good backdash and good respect from Kaneda. You don't want to just get caught there and then be forced to get minions, but of course, you know, get hit anyway and get forced to get hit by minions.
Yeah, just right there on your backside. That's not really where you want a minion to be, being pincered like that. And already Joe Brownie doing very strong against Kaneda, but Kaneda coming in, you know, able to wild assault, able to say they're still growing, send you through the wall. Not gonna be a hard knockdown, but still gonna be positive tension either way. But wait a minute, gets the sweep for the counter. Gonna be able to juggle it with the minions too. Another one just right to the dome, but not able to get some damage in. RTO.
Yeah, that was a good call out, because like I feel like Joe Brownie goes for that a lot, where when the pressure's ended, they're gonna go for recall in order to get the meter back, but that is punishable. Like if you catch them, it's a fast move, but you can't punish them for doing it. Okay, 2K2D being a menace yet again. Oh, good jump and the double PRCs to try to call each other out. Joe Brownie getting hit from Kaneda from behind. So both players putting a round on the board.
And already, Kaneda going to be trying to keep it going. While Assault got to find your opening against Joe Brownie. And Hoof Stomp, especially as they're crouch blocking, is going to be the answer. Going to be able to send them flying. Joe Brownie almost out of this round, but they're coming back in, trying to sweep, trying to send some more minions. And we're going to be juggling that.
Yeah, and they have a lot of minion meter here to make something work. So, big damage, no 50 meters, going back to neutral with 2 bars of stamina from Sin. So, yeah, this is what I expect. The backdash just Kaneda's not trying to chase here, and they might live to regret that because right now, oh, never mind. Of course, the missed throw. Wake up super though. It's gonna be the king on top right now. Joe Brownie with that game 1 win.
It happened a second time with Kaneda today. They tried to go for the flip in the corner, but then their opponent just does an OD reversal. And because they're in the middle of that long animation, it's going to hit. It's going to be caught mashing. And because of that, that's going to be giving Joe Brownie the win in just that one little interaction. So I imagine that Kaneda is going to be a little peeved off by that, but just that just shows you how much every interaction matters.
You know, and something going a little bit more towards Kaneda, like of course it's like so you always want to put your ult into almost every interaction, but right now Joe Brownie is putting so much into this interaction right now to keep them in the corner. No meter online for Joe Brownie, but big health lead is, you know, pretty good. Oh, but finally, Hook Stomp working out in the corner. Only needs one.
Only needs one more hit, but there we go. The Tyrant Barrel. Send Joe Brownie flying. That's going to give us a round on the board. Again, as I said before, I know we're going to be trying to make our way out against Joe Brownie, but they're already going to be getting a really strong opening off the start. Going to be getting the tap dust, but we don't care about the minions. We're going to be Hawk Bacon.
Well, good punish on the backdash. And he ran away to try to get the minion summon there. Lots of respect coming out from Kaneda, but that is just totally punished from Joe Brownie. And Joe Brownie trying to run away, trying to figure out whether they want to summon with the 2K2D, catching those toes. Gotta block low versus Jacko. Always 1 to 2. Oh, okay. Did not know that interaction worked like that, but that trade is going to work in Joe Brownie's favor.
It really is going to be working in Joe Brownie's favor, but already going to be able to force a burst. Kaneda, though, going to be trying to run in, going to be able to force the Tyrant Barrel yet again, send Joe Brownie flying. We have them low again. It's 1-1 in the rounds again. This time around, we cannot be caught lacking, but we're getting swept into the corner, but we're full screen right now. You got some patience.
Gotta try to wait to get, just the 2D, able to punish full meter here for Kaneda. Go into that right of lightning. I just love Kaneda's use of Light Lightning. I feel like a lot of, I don't see, at least before this patch, I didn't see Sin players using that super as much. But
really?
But maybe that was just me. But I feel like I've seen it so often today, and it's been used so well to just you get that corner carry, and then you can just immediately break the wall from anywhere on screen. Just the utility is just so good.
Duel 1.
It really is, especially as, okay, already going for a low profile attack. Joe Brownie sending a minion in too, but looks like we still have the defense. No, we do not, coming out from Kaneda. But hey, Hawk Baker, that's your reversal.
Yep, backdash after. Kaneda waiting for some form of punish, but what Joe Brownie wants right now is space. Space to get these minions up. Not a lot of minion meter left though, so gonna have to play a little bit safer. Nice punish with the 2D. Just that bar slash getting fully low profile and punish. Joe Brownie with that round 1.
Duel 2.
Really strong start again with that round 1. And already Hawk Baker coming out, but the grab is not going to connect, giving Joe Brownie the perfect time, set up more minions, put him back in the corner, get a lot of good damage on there, and juggle as you do. Okay, yeah, no, we're not allowing them to breathe.
and there's no early hit on the wall, so you're able to get the full into. Oh, and it kills! Big damage coming out from Joe Brownie, and fast game. That's gonna be 2-1 in Joe Brownie's favor. And Kaneda really needs to find this momentum back. It feels like they could take that one game, but they have a hard time figuring it out. So we'll see what they'll do against Joe Brownie's Jacko. We know they're strong. I mean, you know, they have to be strong to be here. I don't know what I'm saying. You know, we know they can do it, but right now they're showing off immediately, forcing out that burst. That's important to be able to get them momentum in their round. This is what they need. But Joe Brownie immediately falling back with the offense. Good call out with the counter hit close slash.
And there we go. Going to be seeing the RTL. We're riding the lightning all the way to, again, another part of the stage. Try to find your opening. There we go. Gets the boost stop. Going to be sending it with the Tyrant Barrel. And Kaneda trying to make their way back with another round win. So back and forth right now between these two, but already Joe Brownie, a really nice poke to start.
Stuck in the corner. Good call from Joe Brownie as well from long range. Knows they want to get out of there, and is just reading their every move. Even with that 2K2D, low profile 50-meter, but not really close enough to get the super. So Joe Brownie just gonna opt to play off of it. Okay, using that burst, does not want to let any momentum get away from them. But here's where it starts here for Kaneda. They do get YOC'd out of that situation. Kaneda trying to figure out a way not to have to block those minions. They get both of them, and that's gonna be a big punish. They don't have the stamina to actually get super in the corner.
Tries to find 2K2D. That's all Joe Brownie needed. Gonna be able to take that round, and now they're gonna be on set point against Kaneda. But already forcing the burst on Kaneda, they cannot go back in defense, or else it's gonna be very good for Joe Brownie. Which, yeah, they're not planning to. They're gonna be able to secure a wall break, send Joe Brownie flying, trying to find a poke. There we go. Gonna find it against Joe Brownie into the Tyrant Barrel.
Big damage. This is their chance. Get that game 5 situation. But wake up super will at least save it off for now. This is where it's Joe Brownie able to get a lot of minion meter back here as well, and gets the mix up. Full 100 meters here for Kaneda though. They have to use this chance. They're trying to get the air throw, but now they're stuck in the corner. Counter hit. This could be it.
Oh my goodness, another OD2, especially with that low of health, going to be taking it out. Don't even need the wall break, as Joe Brownie is going to be taking it against Kaneda. The one with such a good showing in the ladder is going to be, they really have played a lot. And of course, both of them are just absolute demons no matter where you look. So this is going to be a pretty divisive match. And also seeing back in here, curious if they have not fought each other yet today either. So we'll see who's going to be coming out on top.
Yeah, I feel like with every game that MacMens played, they were looking better and better. But Jack is a new beast entirely. Someone who just builds so well off of. Oh, okay. Immediate parry super in round 1. But not gonna bother Jack. Still in that nice little lead, full meter. Another positive bonus coming their way.
Especially after that Deus Ex Machina. Gonna put him in a nice positive with a hard knockdown. Trying to immediately jump in with the J2K. Just gonna shoot you down, put some bullets into your spine. Gonna be able to take that first round pretty well, and already getting a low profile hit to secure a nice opening.
Yeah. Okay, just safe up in the corner. Okay, willing to go very, very far. MacMens getting caught, not blocking during that dash. Okay, gets the overhead on Jack, but fuzzy jump immediately. Jack very low resources, but plans to use. Yep, Deus Ex Machina, getting those resources back. Looking pretty good on the focus too, so pressure's really, really strong, but MacMens not afraid, going for that parry yet again.
Going for it indeed, but here we go, the jump in coming out again from Jack. Gonna be using that Deus Ex Machina again. Boom! Gonna be able to take it out.
Another clean game coming out from Jack. We'll see if Mac. I mean, I'm curious what the difference, the adaptation will be in game 2, because it just doesn't look like Jack has been challenged quite yet in terms of the last game and this game. So we shall see.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
You see it indeed, especially as, again, trying to sweep, able to get that jump in, but the burst coming out again from MacMens, keeping themselves alive.
They're just trying to survive in this. Nice 2P check. Knows that they're not going to be blocking that second. Oh, and again, the 2P is just so good, but jump back JH will solidify this wall break situation for Jack. 50 meter this time though, so it allows MacMens to actually get back in the round.
Allowing him to get back in indeed. There we go, finds a really nice opening against MacMens, and there we go, just going to be able to send them off, flying into the void again. Jack sitting very well, needs to get another round win if they want to go for the 2-0 to start off. Able to get, once again, get a little bit of a low, but gets bursted out for it.
Nice blocks. Able to get the punish as well. Knows the range there, and we're talking a full punish from Chaos. So it's a cross screen, a wall break into full resources. Not a lot of focus here, so just gonna be a very simple combo into the focus charge. Another super coming out online to make sure that they have all the resources they need for this next situation. Parry super available. Tries to call it out, but MacMens with that the air backdash gonna force Jack to get that burst out. Oh, but just walk him through.
Oh, yeah, Jack going to be getting the second game on the board that they need. Again, gonna be feeling very good as they just need one more game if they want to take the dub and move on to, again, those grands, which again have to feel very good if you move on to that grands, but we just got to find out if that's going to be what's happening here.
Yeah, it just feels like, Jack coming out really strong. MacMens, best round start that I've seen. Able to get that burst out as well. So full availability of this pressure. Oh, but good call out on the P follow-up.
Okay, it's a low profile move again. Gonna be able to keep the momentum going, and there we go, the Deus Ex Machina coming out yet again. MacMens just keeps getting hit over and over. Jack just always has a good momentum on every single one of their matches, because again, he's going right into the corner again, and another Deus Ex Machina. You do not see another OD coming out from any Happy Chaos, because it's always Deus Ex, Deus Ex, Deus Ex. We got the corner, we're gonna get the Deus Ex. We're in mid, we're gonna use the Deus Ex, because it just works.
It just allows. Oh! I mean, this is big damage. This is big damage. 50 meter even online. The combo actually built the right amount of meter for them to get that max damage. One combo, 70% here. Oh, yeah, that far slash didn't actually whip punish in that situation. So, MacMens able to put themselves in a good position. Take this round, Fujin with punish twice in a row. Good stuff to them.
And now Jack has to figure out what MacMens' deal is now, especially as, there we go, able to stomp over and over with their J2K. Stuck in the corner right now, though. They do not want to be called out by this Fujin, but that's exactly what's happening here. Going to be bursting, trying to shoot their way in. Guns are blazing. Just jumping overhead. Gotta watch out. But, ooh, the overhead.
They keep catching them. Dangerous. They tried to 2S there, but Jack willing to block this out, able to get the 2K 2D. Here's where the comeback has to start for them. It's not, they don't have that much to come back from, but oh, they take back the health lead. They're able to get some resources back. No Deus Ex Mox in that moment, and they're able to get the focus super to keep the pressure up. Oh, no Deus Ex Machina means that no bullets for you, Jack. and a 2K, 2D, and a 5K into 6H.
BRC, RRC using the full tension meter, just trying to make their way in, able to get that K after trying to allow this on their way in. And now Jack is going to be moving on as your first entrant in those Grand Brownie.
Duel 1.
Yeah. Then will the Joe Brownie story continue? Or SK shut it? SQ shut it down right now. We're seeing it. But big pressure immediately. This is very, very strong in the corner as well. Not a lot of options for SQ right here without any meter. So, can set through the wall with the hard knockdown as well.
Especially going to be allowing that wall break. Going to be sending SQ flying. Already trying to jump in again and block a lot of what SQ's trying to pull out, but able to get an explosion. Joe Brownie was not expecting that. Going to be getting another good hit in, sending for a wall bounce with your great sword. Going to be able to OD. Hard knockdown. Joe Brownie got to find an answer to this, and it's not going to be happening.
Yeah. I don't know what option they tried to press there at the end, but Joe Brownie was stuck in the blender at the end. So, not really able to do anything in that situation. Nice jump in with the JS. They get the hard knockdown to set up the minion. They tried to wait, get that meaty situation. Oh, good call out on the dash up. Joe Brownie just trying to make sure that SQ can stay in the blender, but now it's SQ's time. In the corner. Just going for that strike throw.
Trying to find any opening they can. There we go. Gets the great sword for the wall bounce and just trying to keep it going. Not able to get much more on Joe Brownie, especially as they're trying to find an opening right now. Has to get those minions off of the screen. Trying to do a little bit of a rock pincer. Not going to be able to find it.
Nice! They get the cross up in the corner and they're able to find the full conversion after the throw. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt, but it's just Joe Brownie making the plays right now. But SQ also making the plays, just round start, trying to call out Joe Brownie for trying to run away.
Having to force the burst, but we're already getting 2 minions on the board, and they're going to be going off of each other to at least make a little opening on SQ. And another one going to keep it too, especially as we're 2K 2D'ing our way in. And we have the corner. Okay, Joe Brownie's cooking now.
Oh, the wait! SQ waited for the back dash to react and see what they were doing. Joe Brownie in a bad situation right now, but they still got the 50 meter. They still have some minion here, but and again they catch SQ in the act. Good block on the fuzzy overhead. Wow, that was happened so fast, but SQ doing a great job here on the defense. And Mito's still fine. One situation here to get the ending that they want, and this should be it. Burst online, but so much baiting coming out from SQ, so not able to do that. SQ with game 1.
Very strong game 1 for SQ, but don't count Joe Brownie out because, again, they have been able to make it a little bit of an even game between the two. Joe Brownie is still able to find their openings, so it's just a matter of can Joe Brownie continue to find those and take those all the way to Sunday, or are we going to be seeing a situation where SQ is going to be shutting every single team down?
Thank you, Impurist Club, for the rating party of 97. We're in the loser semis of Guilty Gear Drive weekly, so thank you so much for the raid.
Absolutely, thank you indeed, especially as Joe Brownie's already starting to cook, and SQ is just making a jump in too, forcing the burst. Okay, and just, oh my goodness, the minions are flying.
The mini control is just so good here, and yeah, just jumping right at Joe Brownie in this situation. No punish in that situation, a little bit too far for that be punish. Oh, big 6H counter hit, and you're able to set it up. You're able to get the kill. Yeah, in the corner, Joe Brownie taking that first round.
Going into another one, Joe Brownie already up, trying to send, again, more minions. That's how they like to play Jacko. Send minions on the stage, able to pincer, able to start a juggle, but SQ is keeping themselves away enough to where Joe Brownie can't really get that, but ooh, that jab might have started something. Able to get another one, able to send another minion to the corner. BRC, yeah, we're breaking the wall here.
You sacrifice that to try to bait first, but you have a lot of control still. Oh, as soon as as I say it, of course, SQ with the big mix-ups right now in the, at mid-screen and in the corner, able to get the wall break with no hard knockdown. Nice check from SQ and the full screen punish into the 5D and the wasted burst. Joe Brownie going down and SQ looking great to put themselves up 2-0 right now.
Whew, really good. Again, up 2-0. Gotta feel good, but still, we're gonna be getting Joe Brownie out of that situation, trying to move up against them, but the minions are being set up and they're breaking up against your defense, especially counter sweeping you, trying to get another one too. 2K2D into the RRC. We're gonna be bursting.
Yeah, and Joe Brownie just waiting to set up there, getting hit by defense command. Recall to try to get some meter back. Oh, the 2K2D actually caught there. And can they kill? I think they can.
Ooh, yes. Wait a minute. No. Never mind. Never mind.
2-4.
I was not cooking with that one. But Jacko still doing very well. Joe Brownie just needs a little bit more. But wait a minute, we found the jump in from SQ. We have the corner right now. We're sending Joe Brownie in danger. Gonna be getting that OD to secure a hard knockdown. And can we get another jump in off of this? Yes, we do, but we forced the burst. So much happening right now. We gotta be watching out for these minions. We burst too. PRC.
Yeah. Alright, so many plus frames here for SQ, and Joe Brownie not able to escape the 2K at dash up 2K. It's gonna get SQ up 2-0.
Up 2-0 indeed. Really good coming out from SQ. That was extremely close between those two, especially when SQ, they were able to get their reverse OD in there, was able to get a jump into. That was close, but still up 2-0 right now. That's SQ.
Duel 1.
Yeah. Okay. The adaptation. SQ opting for just the neutral jump there. The neutral jump JS. Okay. Both players force out burst in this situation. They're going to have to hold any mix that they hold. Oh, the 6P getting full punish. Oh my god. Jacko does some miraculous things sometimes, I swear. But SQ wants to show that Ram does too. YRC.
Getting slammed. Trying to kick it in. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. We set up another minion, and there we go. Able to take SQ out. Could this be the start of something big for, again, a bit of a reverse sweep?
It would have to be. It has to be the start of something if Joe Brownie wants to stay in this tournament and go to those losers finals. Oh, but SQ is not letting them. Look at this damage and this control right now. Joe Brownie taking so much damage off of these strike throw situations. Oh, this is the overhead. That's gonna be it. SQ on set point off of a perfect. No burst online for them, but they definitely will still get it within the round. So, gonna be able to still do a wall to soul if they need it. Okay. Burst from Joe Brownie. Good use of neutral, but they are still knocking the minions, running away with the minion on top of them. They're able to get the pressure off. SQ is not able to chase them.
Indeed, especially as, again, we're just moving in more and more. We're just seeing how strong Joe Brownie is at moving in against SQ, able to get the dust, not able to get much off of that though, because SQ could be able to make their way out of the corner, try to make their way back in against Joe Brownie, but Joe Brownie, they're blocking very good. Oh, they tried to grab off of that, but weren't able to connect it. That might have been their undoing, especially with an OD coming in. Yeah, look at that damage right there, Holo.
Yeah, that was risk Carnate, and it's gonna be a 3-0 for SQ, but that was a fight. That was.
I get a lot.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Heading into our losers finals, SQ versus MacMens, another two who have played a lot. Aggressive start here for SQ. MacMens on the defense, not falling for that trick. So they're able to fight out. They're slowly making their way back. And they're able to get a Fusion hit as well. Nice mix up with the 2K2D and forcing SQ to use burst.
And trying to, again, get a few more hits in, trying to backdash to MacMens, though. They see that rock coming out every time, always able to block it, trying to use the Fusion to find their perfect opening, but again, still can't find it. But SQ is able to find an opening of their own, trying to find another one, but they do a little bit of a trade. But wait a minute, uses the smoke from the rock to just find their way in and mix up a little bit against SQ, securing that wall break.
Yeah, that was a godlike dash from MacMens to make it so that the 214S would whiff in that situation. They were able to do it, not blocking low. MacMens takes round 1 after quite the fight.
Very strong coming out from MacMens, and already trying to use the butterfly in order to secure more Oki. Not able to find another opening though. Just trying to play back a little bit, but the 2K2D coming out again from SQ. A little bit of a trade, trying to get the rock pincer, but again, cannot find what they want.
Yeah, they can't. And MacMens forced to burst. Oh, big damage. That's a big jump in coming out from SQ into the additional pressure. No meter here on MacMens, so not a lot to work with. And they get the cross up. They jump into the corner. SQ with the finish off, using that explosion to hide the mix-up. Very dirty. It's fine with the 2S.
And already going to be breaking the wall too against MacMens. SQ, very good round start, especially getting a poke. Another strong poke. Great sword going to be able to secure a wall bounce. And we're bagging the burst. Send you back to McDonald's because we're going to be able to secure a wall break with the OD. Just a little bit left alive for MacMens, but this is a very tall. We got the reversal.
Yeah, they're able to get the parry. So again, where it has to start, but so much meter for SQ, so even if that was blocked, they could just continue that pressure. SQ taking that game 1, and they're looking like they're gonna be on a they're on a roll right now.
SQ off to a very good start against MacMens, especially being able to, again, this OD, these reversals, do so much damage, but also give so much life to SQ. And now they have a pretty good read on what they want to do against MacMens, but can MacMens, like that first round, mix it up a little bit?
Yeah, MacMens needs to figure out those right options to open up, but first they gotta not lose neutral the situation. MacMens using that burst, they still want to play in this round, but they haven't been able to approach very effectively. Finally, Koi is going to allow them to get in for 1, not wanting themselves to get punished. MacMens using that meter, don't have any left, and just the throw from SQ. No tech coming out from MacMens, but good blocks.
There we go, able to burst themselves, able to get a jump in, and able to, send it flying, of course, with another OD. Trying to run in, gonna be able to just pin up MacMens a little bit, but trying to make their way out of the corner. You gotta find an answer. There it is. There it is. There it is.
I like that SQ didn't commit super hard to a mix-up there in the corner. I think they just did like a 5 or something. It allowed them to react really appropriately to what MacMens was doing, but keep control. Oh, but the 2D whiffs a little bit too far. Good fuzzy jump though, and MacMens back in the corner. Yet again, going for the mix-up, catching that backdash.
Ooh, another OD. Okay, could be really good for SQ right now if they're able to beat this up. And MacMens is starting to, run it back a little bit. Has to find another opening, gets the overhead. They knew you were crouching.
Yeah, MacMens is trying to heat up here. They block, but they're gonna get caught. SQ going up 2-0 after very quick games here. Like they're not letting it go to round 3. They're being very patient on defense to not get caught. And they're out neutraling them a lot. It just feels like yet again against a lot of people who fight Ram and SQ. It just feels like not much you can do until you're really, really close. You can test, because look, those normals, and that pressure is just so dominating, but SQ piloting it perfectly right now.
Piloting it indeed. We still got the corner, but MacMens able to throw you into the corner. Actually gets a little bit of a throw loop. We're really playing Street Fighter 6 out here. PRC after the Fujin gets another one, but here we go. First, SQ's making it back, but MacMens says, you know, I'm going to try to catch you back, and there we go. Able to get a little bit of an overhead. Tap dust, one of the biggest tools in this game.
Yeah, the tap dust working out, but not able to get the full combo. MacMens bursting. They do not want to lose this health lead. They have to get this momentum, or else it will be very, very dire. SQ trying to backdash out of that situation, getting caught. PRC, the 2K2D, is able to give MacMens that first round.
MacMens going to be staying alive in here in the losers finals, but already SQ making a very strong statement, already going to the wall and securing that wall break, and already half off of MacMens 50%, but ooh, wait a minute, gets the counter spin!
Ooh, the double overhead, not able to combo off of it. Now you're in the corner. MacMens facing off against a full 100-meter Ram in the situation. 5D into the super. It's gonna be it. Set point.
Yeah, we're over here, quite literally on set point right now. Because if SQ is going to be able to take this round, they're going to move on against Jikh for the run back. But let's find out if we're going to be attacking them in a minute, because MacMens is trying to make something happen, especially with the fish from the spin.
Yeah, it's not over till it's over for MacMens here, because you got to keep fighting. You have a round on the board here, and you have your burst. Like, really good control here from SQ, and forcing out that burst from MacMens. Blocks the overhead as well. No swords to really be able to get full conversions, so very vulnerable. SQ opting to burst in that situation.
BRC gonna be hitting it. The tap does too. We're continuing this combo. Gonna try to keep it up with the great swords, but MacMens is alive. They're trying to escape, but SQ is trying to lock it down and secure themselves at least at second place. There we go. SQ gonna be knocking MacMens out into third, as Jikh was able to win it. So we'll see if this is gonna be the same story on if they're gonna be able to take another win from SQ, or if SQ is gonna get the revenge from the Jikh to take over Paragon.
Yeah, I just feel like SQ really needs to prevent any momentum here for Jikh. Just smother them in the way that you can. Oh, well, yeah, immediate burst coming out. Big damage in the corner as well. Jikh on the back foot in this round 1.
Already on the back foot indeed. PRC coming out. Try to dash in. There we go. Hit 5, hit 6. SQ already taking a round. You know, they got to go for the grand finals reset, of course, but SQ doesn't care. That's just more strive and more showings of their skills.
Yeah, I feel like these rounds are really important for these two, because Jikh really needs the momentum a lot of times to get it rolling. Their defense is also really good, but it's one of those things where they can roll them like this if they get this round started. They can get momentum in their favor. They get all these resources off of positive bonus, and they make it so worth it. Okay, PRC tries to go for the low, whiffing. This could be a comeback, you know, for all I said, for momentum. SQ looking good to still take this round.
But there we go. Jikh's trying to run in. BRC not gonna work out for them. They need one more really good combo in the roll. As I said before, one of Jikh's best tools, gonna be able to take that round out from under SQ, working up so much. But Jikh still able to keep it alive. Already trying to backdash in order to get out of SQ's range. jump in, and the jump in is actually going to be opening SQ up, and they do not have a burst to make their way out of this situation.
Yeah, they do go back to neutral though, so this is a fine situation for SQ, but they should be able to come back if they have the ability. Oh, the backdash on the PRC. It's going to be Jack catching them out on that movement option. Still back to neutral yet again. 50 meter as well, but getting caught by the mix-up and the burst called out. Jack taking that game 1.
Jack gonna be able to bag the burst against SQ. And whenever I see that, I mean, I don't know if you heard it from my mic, but yeah, I did a loud, audible gasp, because whenever that burst gets bagged, that's when you know that you got a really good read on your opponent. As Jack always feels like they do, even though, you know, the first round went to SQ, Jack just needed a second to download the information, and now that they're putting on a full display, SQ's got to figure out some answers.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same way you do in that sense. It feels like Jack has a great read of how SQ wants to play, and also like when the defensive options are coming. Like they got hit by that burst, but now look at this. I mean, no burst online for them, and hard knockdown against Chaos with full resources. Very nice.
Fortunate indeed. Yes, for SQ, very unfortunate.
I didn't say it loud enough, so
No, you're good, y'all. You're good. And yeah, definitely going to be very unfortunate for SQ, as they just got perfected on. As Jack, you're going to be able to take that round. Already, you know, a little bit of a trade, but going to be able to take advantage of the recall of that greatsword to just try to make their first combo known.
Good find with the 2S. Jack able to call out the dash in. No dash block coming out from SQ, and a nice resource change for them. No focus, but just the regular jump in working for Jack. Doesn't need the gun. Gets that 2-0.
Already up 2-0 right now. Jack is trying to use their mastery of Happy Chaos to take Paragon swimmingly. They need one more win, and then Jack will be your Paragon GGST 35 champion.
Yeah, it's looking good for them. It's looking like they've got things under control. SQ going back to the drawing board for a second, might have been a character change, but no, keeping the Ram. And,
I have not seen SQ off of anything else. I would not be expecting that.
Yeah, I think Ram is such a is the kind of character where you just have to be really, really confident in your stuff, and you should be able to beat basically every character in the game. So, okay, losing the 1/3 chance. Getting that random shot. Jack shut down. Going back to neutral. Nice whip punish with that far slash. Deus Ex Machina. So decent damage to get the resources reset. A lot of focus on online, but no need. So just going for the zoning this time.
Absolutely. Just trying to go for the zoning. We do have the wall right now, and of course we're going for that Deus Ex Machina that Jack tried and true. Gonna be sending SQ flying again with just 1 HP in that bar. BRC trying to close it out, but there we go. The blocks are happening, but able to find a stray onto SQ and reach each tournament point. This is what Jack is on right now. If they're going to be able to take the win against SQ now, that's it. They win. It's over. GG's. And that is another tournament under Jack's belt, especially as this start is already in their favor.
Ooh, nice JPs though, coming out from SQ. They're trying to exert some pressure in this situation. They're not able to get full combos. Nice throw to get Jack back into the corner. And they set up the sword off of the Oki.
Nice. Still trying to block right now. Trying to find a low, able to find the opening that they need. Going to be able to send SQ flying. And again, yeah, we're going to be going for that Deus Ex Machina. Laying on more damage. Going to be securing a wall break. Going to be getting a full arsenal into your ammo. And now trying to find something. But SQ finds their opening. You're forcing your burst. You're forcing your concentration. And now you're just trying to shoot SQ away.
start. Oh, the 5D coming out, and that's gonna be it. No burst for you, SQ. Jack is gonna be your Paragon Online GGST 35 champion.
Whew. I imagine Jack feeling very good about that. Of course, going to be walking away with $108.75. But SQ still walking away with 54.37. But either way, very, very strong showing, of course, from all the players tonight.